topics, whether conscious or cosmic. It's never nonsense, mega levels are microscopic. It's a Killah Priest project, AD control the rocket. Before we land the plane, many things we engage and explain. The unexplained, without mask. Welcome to the Killah Priest podcast. Killah Priest podcast. All right, we in the building. We in the building. Coming through, yo. Yo, retrograde is crazy, but we here. We in the flesh. We are here. We just finished building on some powerful things, man. Shout out to the RZA. Shout out to Starks. We got a product I'm gonna show y'all today that we've been working on that was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's tuning into the Podcraft now, and the Podcraft is like moving up, and it's because of y'all. I'm gonna shout out y'all. Thank everyone for coming to the show, participating, for everybody who's participating on the show. I think we're gonna have Neru today too. Let me write that down, Neru. Neru is coming through today. Everybody who's participated, and you're a part, we are family, right? So everybody who got into this and participated in the build, and y'all all a part of it, even if you're just listening, because we know that the words are going into your mind, and you know, and it's a family, a circle. So we are sharing what we do. That's the gift of life. We're sharing our experiences, sharing everything that we go through. And usually I don't talk like this. This is a good time to sit and really build and open up, like I'm gonna be open up on our Patreon. Y'all see another side of Priest. And the journey, like I keep saying, the journey is real. We go through ups, we go through downs, but everything, as long as we get through them, you know, that's what life is about. As long as you're aware of what's going on around you, pardon me, you're aware of what's going on around you, makes you stronger, and you know you're alive. You know what I mean? I'll set it like that. And with everything, my name is Killah Priest, I ain't Sheik from the Middle East. I'm almost there, so prepare and say peace. Running the rock is none other than AD Dizzle.
Yeah, peace.
And shout out to the greatest, the Rocketeers and the craft board online. Right now, the moderators in the building, Aurora Borealis, Kurt Cobain. It's been kind of crazy, man, this whole week. All of the path, the name of Priest, no doubt. We got some surprises coming up. And Neru, I'm gonna hit her up in a few minutes. She's supposed to be coming through, because I know a lot of people who have been on the road been saying, yo, that sister you got on that new song, man, she blown. What song is that album gonna be a part of? It's gonna be on the album. We have so many songs and so many ideas and things. The beauty of it is putting it all together and giving it to y'all. It's like, here, you can have it. But we don't rush. We don't rush anything. We let everything come out at its right time. And I think perfect timing is everything. My man, Master Killah, said there's no set date. Shout out to him. And I look at that and like, yo, there is no set date. There's no time on everything. You know, certain things, it just comes out. It's just there. It just happens. It's the shock of it. It's like, wow, that's just there. Rivers are running, it's flowing, everything happening that second, a split second. The mind can't even detect it. It's that quick. And so that's how we have things coming, you know? So as y'all come in the building, we're gonna build more. Today, our guest is limited, but I'm gonna be here to talk to y'all for a while, and some ideas we were going through. So if y'all don't know, you know, after the show or before the show, sometimes we be having our own, like, I don't know, like parties, like get-togethers. We just have a good time talking. We build a lot, even before the show. So sometimes we be riled up, and sometimes we just start. We just go off the fly. I may talk to the RZA, I may talk to Ghost, I may talk to the Jizza. it depends on whoever I'm building with that day. And there's a lot of things we were doing on the outside that we're going to start to share with you. So, like, the merch table is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. So you have Abraxas, and then you have some other things coming. I just spoke to Jordan River Banks today. He sent me a beat that's crazy, yo. Crazy. Sent me a dope beat. And we're going to start getting into those type of things. Spoke to Fourth Disciple. Shout out to Fourth Disciple. I didn't speak to him today, but shout out to Fourth Disciple. We got something that's right there. And shout out to John Newsom, man. I said John Newsom, you know what I'm saying? Nuke something. So I know he's bringing a lot of, to the table to have artists surround us like that. And to have intelligent minds is a beautiful thing. You get to sit and build and, it's for you, AD. I bought this for you.
Oh,
but I have to sit down, yeah. Some of it, though, we're going to get a plastic bag and we're going to rightly divide the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Is that green tea?
Yeah, this definitely is a green bag. Yeah, this is definitely green tea. This is, I have to look at it because I forgot.
It looks invisible on screen because it's green.
Oh, yeah, green. Oh, this is oolong tea.
Oh,
not
cool.
just any oolong. Hold up. Oh, yeah, this is that real stuff. This is not just any oolong. I'm looking for the name. I forgot the name. I had this for a minute. So mostly when you get an exotic tea, it's good to write down the name so you won't forget it. But I know the type is oolong. Oolong usually come bald, right? Like balled up. It's sort of like if you take your hand and you kind of ball it like this. They twirl it. And then you have the eyebrow of the tiger. If you could take that, the string, or just say the falcon tongue. So you have the tongue of the falcon. Some of them that's that thick, and so those are our own things that I want to get into. Start getting my own tea out there. We did it with the matcha, but that sold out. So we're gonna do it with something else. This is for another drink at another time. We get into this cup a little later. Shout out to y'all coming out. Somebody said, "Don't hide it, divide it." Oh yeah, we not shy. We're not gonna hide it. We're gonna divide it equally amongst the children of Israel. We're gonna divide it equally amongst everyone, and we're gonna spread it out, man. Definitely, we definitely gonna be giving them out for Frontiers, and then you have your Rocketeers that's in the Patreon. But this is gonna be linked just like it's linked to Winding Down, so we getting more out there and more building. You remember that time when you said, "Preach, you going in"? Mm-hmm. I feel like that type of moment is coming about again. Nice. So, you know what I mean? Get ready.
You showed it to them already?
Oh, you ready to just go in? I was letting it build up for a little bit.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you already did it.
Well, I'm going to show y'all something that's phenomenal, something very new. It's going to be in the merch. This is just came in. Shout out to my man Resin, and shout out to Starks. I've been working on this type of idea for a minute, and I seen it one time, and I was like, wow, what if I put this in there? But we did it. We came together. And we did something phenomenal. It's going to be on sale for $25. But in the merch, when you get to the, that's what I was thinking. But you're going to like this beautiful thing right here. Wow, this is it. Listen, you can put this over your head. This color is, I'm gonna call it onyx. It's black. So you can put it over your head. But watch this though. Could they see it?
Yeah.
All right. Boom. Let's turn it. So here we go. Wow. This is a mini fan. See Killah Priest? Wow. I'm going to show it again, though. Wow. Tang. Can they see it good?
Yeah.
All right. Check that out, y'all. You know what they say? It's a Braxis. Reba Simha. And also, put it closer to the camera. That's a praxis. And you can put it on your face. You can have it. And this is for real fans. So look, check it out. Semi-pleroma. Yeah, come in, check it out. And it has about an album right here. And we have a limited edition of this, but this is crazy. So this right here says Proverb Records. It's real clear. See, it goes away.
Two Eyes is asking if the Patreon is on yet.
Yeah, the Patreon is up. You can join it right now. We got a lot of frontiers coming in, so that and you can get on for free, and you can jump up for a fee. But you get more things what you pay for. Killah Priest, and we have the Proverb Records on there. Oh yeah, at KillahPriest.tv. It tells you all of that.
Nice.
I know, it's like a movie, right? It's like, it shows you a whole bunch. Look.
I like how it just keeps going.
Yeah, it keeps going. Watch the Podcraft. Look at that, AD. Watch the Podcraft. Okay, Neru ready to come on. On Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And then we gotta put the Patreon up there too. And boom, Killah Priest. Man, they got so much stuff to this. And this is a fan. This is something brand new. And right here, if they can put this up close, it says, buy the new Killah Priest album, merch, and which is Abraxas Reba Sima. And you can start putting in your order right now. We have them, no doubt. I'll show y'all once again, all through the show, and then check it out. It's a fan. So if you're a fan of the Podcraft, you can get one. Boom, it blow on you. Especially in the summertime, you'd be like, boom. We're just chilling, but it's something great to show the fans. And it's gonna.
You were talking about that for a while too.
Yeah, I've been talking about this.
You made it happen.
Yeah, exactly. Building with the rest of the guys, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna put this. So it came to fruition.
That makes a great gift.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. Then a holiday, I'm going to be giving out some, too, when you join the Patreon. And some of y'all going to get lucky. The ones who, you'll know you are, depends on what tier you get. You get the tier of trails.
That's a good gift for almost any age group, too.
Yeah.
For the kids, for the grandma.
Yeah, this is for grandma. This is something you can have for a very long time. And it's cool. This is unique. I never saw this in hip hop. So, and
you know how it gets hot in church.
Become a fan, yo. If you're a fan of Killah Priest, you're a fan of the Podcraft, this is a fan. And it says Wu-Tang right there. Boom.
That's Priest only fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. Ben Frank's putting up a fire. Shout out to Moochie. I see you in a minute. And Jody Southworth is in the building. So it'll be on display for $25. You know what I'm saying?
Floetry says stocking stuffers.
And you can, stocking stuffer. You can put it on your neck.
Oh,
walk
what?
Around. When you come to the show. Yeah. Come on, man. You know that?
That would be good. When grandma goes to church.
Yeah, you can put your keys on it.
Wherever it gets hot.
Yeah, exactly. It takes 3 batteries, but they come in with battery included. All of them get the battery included. It's
Batteries are expensive.
Just pull this out. You pull a little thing out the back.
And it activates the battery.
And it activates the battery. You're already up there. So we are production, and we are whole production now. We got things coming. Guess what? The music gets even better and more interesting as we keep going because of the love that's coming. And then I'm getting these producers. MOB hit me up. Shout out to MOB hit me up. Who else hit me up? There's a lot of producers, man. Purpose is working on. Jordan River Banks just hit me. True Mass. We got Fourth. We got enough. We got a beat from AD. Ooh, yeah. AD hit me with a beat. I'm like, oh,
finally,
man.
Right?
We got Down Under.
Finally.
Elephants. We got the Elephant Tribe. We got so many talented artists. We got Royal Priesthood. Royal Priesthood is about to take over the atmosphere. Each one of us, when we put this together, it's going to be crazy. And we got enough. We got a song. We just got to put like maybe 2 more. I'm gonna do my vocals, shoot them out. You know what I'm saying? We got from here to Puerto Rico to all over the globe. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all. Like I said, y'all made this happen. We created
Retrograde.
Crack. Now we played it. I want to say, okay, I'll just say it. We created a crack form. We created a platform. I meant to do that. We created a platform where we could sit down and we could deal and build. Hold on, let me give Nero the link. Send me the link for Nero. Here we go. Hold on, let me just get this to her. Yeah. It's the same one, right? So I'm gonna just forward it to her. It was already in her thing. Shout out to Neru. Come in when you're ready. 88, come on in. Yeah, I know Royal Priest said, yeah, shout out to everybody that's coming in. Solar Facts, what up, my brother? I love building with you, man. Yeah, man. Follow the innovators, not the imitators. Nope. It's nothing better than the originator. We space it, they trace it. You know what I'm saying? So we focusing on the real. Shout out to Underland Fortress, Under the Elephant. I tell you, that's one of my best elements. The elephant, we need an elephant, Gerald. Now we wordsmith up here, so we just say things and things just add up like that. AD is we going back and forth like tennis, throwing ideas. All right,
That's my sound. Sounds like R2D2.
Yeah, it always come out. No, let me take it off the what's nigga when you hit me with stuff. I already sent it to her because she had it from before. Oh, do we have a different Zoom?
No, it's the same one.
Let's play Perfect Place to Disappear real quick, and then we're gonna go through it. Let's go through it. What was I going through at that time? You know, and it was everything. Everything is real on there because Ghost told me about his man, and I was like, yo, that was at the time that was Tiff. But I'm gonna show you a lot about that. Can we cue up the Perfect Place?
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Keep Your Joy. We're gonna get him on here. He's the one who shot the video. He also shot a piece for Paroma.
Yo, that
big boy.
That hoodie is dope.
Yo, shout out to my man. Yeah, no doubt. Word. Shout out to.
Do you have the red logo?
Huh?
Do you have the one in red with your red logo? Because you got a red one too, a red logo.
Oh yeah. We still got those. You talking about the Braxis? Sure.
No, the same. Instead of yellow, it's red.
Yeah. Shout out to my man. Yeah, I know him. Gustavo. When I went out to Texas, you know what I'm saying?
He put the Wu-Tang yellow on that one.
Mm-hmm. Put the yellow. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into the science of yellow. What is the importance of yellow? Why is yellow so beautiful? You know? Yellow reminds you of the nice day.
It's the sun.
Yeah.
And Leo's ruled by the sun. That's your planet right there.
I mess with the bee. What's the science behind the bee with the yellow and the black stripes?
Yeah, black and yellow.
Yeah, they work. They work together. What's the tiger? What's the tiger? The tiger print.
Orange and black.
Oh, it's beautiful too. It has the orange and black. Mm-hmm. What's this? To start with a S. Is it the sable tiger? What is it called? We got to get Dan back on.
Saber-tooth?
Not the saber-tooth. It's there's these tigers in Russia. They mad big.
Oh, you're talking about the Siberian.
The Siberian. Yeah, the Siberian tigers. Those some big jumps.
That's like Mufasa.
Yeah, show them that. The Siberian tiger. See, that's a beautiful animal right there. Then you have, I think, a tiger in India. There's some ill tigers in India. Look at that thing, boy. This is not Tony the tiger. This is not nothing for breakfast. This will break your fast. But the tiger stripes are some of the most beautiful designs when you look at them. And you say, dag, that's that's life. That's beautiful. The way they put their stuff together, it's already there. We gotta coordinate with clothes, try to figure out. And, you know, a lot of times I think our hairstyle imitates birds. If you take it way back,
we have fingerprints.
early Africa. Huh?
We have fingerprints, and we have birthmarks.
Let me give AD his props on this one. I didn't even think of that. Fingerprints. Wow, none is the same.
And we got birthmarks. Some people have really nice birthmarks.
Dimples. We have
freckles.
What you call these lines in our hands? Lifelines or?
Yeah, the palm readers call them lifelines. I'm not familiar with that, but yeah.
2 palms with hands. I mean, you know, and everybody's is like a little bit different. You cannot find the same. That's a good thing.
That's how they identify us when you get put in jail.
Somebody said Tiger Style. I see that. Shout out to Nan.
Tiger Style.
Yeah, exactly.
Tiger Style.
Yeah, that's one thing about, you know, on here we give all the animals props, man. Not just because I'm a Leo, which is the lion. There's one, we're gonna get Dan back there. Shout out to Dan from Chicago. But there's this one lion though. It's very beautiful. It's like the most gorgeous kind of lion. I forgot the name. I think it's like Ringling Brothers. We having them. I'm gonna get it right quick.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
Yeah, but I want his breed because let me look for the Mongolian spots. Nah, it's called you should call up Dan. It's just one lion breed. Oh, let me lion breeds. Lion breeds. Asiatic. Oh, they got an Asian. Let me see the Asiatic lion. What's the Asiatic lion out there? That's crazy. The Asiatic lion, God. White lion, Ethiopian lion.
That looks like Scar.
Yeah, let's go through.
It looks like Scar from Lion King.
Yeah, but you know, somebody was breaking down the science of Scar. I heard a lot of stuff about Scar that we didn't even know. Who was saying that? And the science behind Scar is that Scar father was actually the ruler. Right. Hear that? Yeah, of the lion family. So Scar was actually the one who's supposed to inherit the kingdom, and his brother Mustafa, right? Man, this whole thing goes crazy. It goes back. They got these series on Scar in them. So Scar he wasn't the wrong one. He just wanted it back. And remember, they were brothers, right?
I don't remember.
We got to go through the history of the Lion King because it goes back. They showed Scar's father and Mustafa's when it went way back, and then their father, he looked just like Mustafa and Scar. Man, we're gonna go through it one day. I'm gonna show y'all. This is crazy.
You seen the light skinned lions?
Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh.
That's what it's called.
Yo. A light skinned lion. Hit that one more time, yo. You wild with that.
Ooh. Oh. Oh.
Yo, we need to keep that. Wow. All right, let me Oh, there it goes. Barbary. Look up the Barbary Lion. Everybody laughing. That was hilarious, ADO. You funny with that.
That's old school. Someone said lion over
Wait till Brother Glow come back, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, Brother Glow. Yeah, some stuff.
Everyone's waiting for Zip File to come leak some music.
Yeah. He coming.
What am I looking up again?
We got Todd Wave, Zip File. We got Raheem. We haven't seen him in a minute. Barbary Lion. B-A-R. Oh, bars too. He's got bars. Yeah. Check out this line, yo. This is probably one of the classic lines.
These lines.
Yeah, they said they extinct almost. So go try to see one before they out of here. Quiet up. Learn right here. This is bougie right here. I'm on my fan. Hold up. You know what's dope about this fan? When you put it here, hold on, for you. This fan not only lights up with the Killah Priest thing. Look, gotta get one, man, because they're gonna be running out.
That's a good gift.
Yeah, this is a good, nice gift.
I can give that to some family members.
You can get it and give it to someone. Just buy it, give it to them. That's it, right? The gift that keeps giving. Yeah, Wu-Tang fans, Killah Priest.
Give it to your girl.
They got some lyrics, and it's for a minute too. Yo, it got so much stuff on there. Look, it just keeps going. And then the way it goes out. And we're gonna have different ones too, because I got a nice little plug. No pun intended. Just for the fans. But look, watch this, AD. It's the B sound.
Yeah.
Killer bees. There you go. So when you hear it, it says batteries last long, and then when they run out, you just get 3 more. That's it. So it's coming battery filled.
So that they're AAA.
Yeah, AAA. AAA. Remember D batteries?
Yeah.
Man, those was his joints with boombox.
That's for the boombox, yeah.
They don't even sell D batteries no more, right? Do they?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
If they sell boombox, yo, D batteries was like this. Boom.
For mag lights, if you use mag lights.
Yeah. Man, I need some D batteries. Yo, D batteries, and then you couldn't put the box on the floor because somehow the gravity would drain them. You heard of that? Beat Street, king of the beat, party. Been around. I don't act like it, but yeah, they used to turn the box this way because the gravity would drain your battery. Oh. And Everready was the wackest battery to get.
Everready, is that the one with the little knife? Has a little cat?
The little cat on it. If you want your batteries to run out in a day, maybe a couple of hours, you get that. Duracells was real batteries. Yeah. I think Everready cost like what, $50? No, 50 cents. Back then, you get a bag full of. They just give you in a whole a bag full of D batteries, and it'd probably be like $250, something like that. But the D batteries was like back then would be like 10. You spending like $30 on batteries because some of those boom boxes took like 12 of them, if I'm correct. Big D's, you had to get a whole bunch, and that it lasts like a week. You like a walking car. You like boom, boom, you know what I mean?
Throw some D's on it.
Yeah. ABC, yep, CDs. CDs.
Remember that song?
Yeah, somebody said, Aurora Borealis said, Prodigy the battery.
Call me like you said.
Battery top, yeah.
But I still got my new money. Don't you see the big light? Don't you see the big time?
Yep. What was gonna play? Oh yeah, play the video real quick so we can bring her in. She's probably in the background.
The largest lion subspecies in the world. Meet the Barbary Lion.
Oh, check him out right there.
The Atlas lion. They were inhabited in the Atlas Mountains of North Africa, specifically the regions of Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia. The males weighing around 440 to 550 pounds and measuring approximately 9 to 11 feet in length, including the tail. They had a distinct dark and long-haired mane, which extended down to the chest, shoulders, belly, and often covered the entire head. This unique characteristic added to their majestic appearance. They were known for their exceptional hunting skills. They were adept at hunting large prey, such as Barbary stags, wild boars, and even Atlas mountain ibex. Their strength, agility, and cooperative hunting techniques made them formidable predators. These lions likely lived in prides, which consisted of a dominant male, several lionesses, and their offspring. But shockingly, the royal Barbary lions are no more and is considered extinct in the wild. These lions are the largest lion subspecies in the world.
They extinct, yo. We are so... What did they say at the end? Yeah, I heard they are extinct. But they probably got 3 more of them. And they ain't... I don't know. Look, man, I'll have to call up Dan on that. Expert. Shout out to Dan. Dan's gonna be the animal man for the Podcraft. Shout out to Dan. Y'all can check out his work on Instagram. I see a lot of more people since Dan came on. Seen a lot of more people getting into like the animals, like animal experts. You have a lot of more room now, so people that's been to school for those things or however they study, they go on there on Instagram and they start doing their own thing. Dan has been very successful, and between me and my sister, we share a lot of his work, and we show a lot of his work here because he talks about the animals that I like, you know. Either way, we talk about animals with a zodiac sign or just watching. Yeah, shout out to MoreMito. Shout out to David Blazer. I got your message. Where everyone is food. Oh yeah, to that. He do look like that. All right, let's go.
We got Knowledge Born and Neru in the building.
Oh yeah, come on in. Yeah, bring them in. What up, King KP, AD, J Dub. Make sure I hit that like, man. Always hit that like and that super chat. There she goes. The goddess is in the building.
What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling?
What up, Neru?
Podcraft.
Well, it's a perfect time to be here.
Ain't it always?
It's a perfect place to appear.
Yeah, I like that one better. Hey, what's good? Knowledge Born in the building. Yeah, one of those days. Can't hear you.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Yeah. Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Perfect place to be God body.
Indeed.
Thanks to the goddess who embodies sound and fourth dimension. Okay. Honest to the full Fugee. Neru.
Good to see you.
Okay.
I think this is my first time being on with you.
Is it?
Yeah, at least with Knowledge Born, yeah. Should be a good one today.
We all look alike.
I figure y'all met somewhere or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I got you on a gram.
Yes.
Yeah, I know I got you on a gram.
Okay. What's up with you? How you doing?
I'm cool. Same old. Just going through some transitioning. I just closed my space. Baltimore not too long ago. Just refocusing, realigning, all that good stuff.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. So I always say it's good to realign, refocus. Mm-hmm. You don't know what's coming, but it's something always different. I think it's something great and change.
No more energy. No more in Sagittarius. So you're still rocking off of that energy. So this is a space to set up prosperity. This is space for the next 10 years, based off of yesterday. So, AD gave some jewels out yesterday about not overindulging, like having some temperament about self-restraint, because there's a high propensity to overindulge. So, not to succumb to those things. And you're going through retrograde, so you're already going through transitions also. So, like, no major life decisions, no new things, all of these propensities, because these things appear to be popping back up, even though there's no real retrograde. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's just an appearance of things going through the cyclic spaces. So with this new moon and Sag, it's definitely a great time to focus on forward. Like, even in the midst of the retrograde, focusing on what's forward, learning the lessons from the past to move forward. You know, in African traditions, they call it Sankofa, looking back to move forward. So that's what the ancients understood, and this is what the celestial assignment understands in the space. So if you want to break a cycle, this is an opportunity to break a cycle. If you want to get stuck in a loop, this is a beautiful way to be stuck in a loop. But whatever you sow, you're going to reap. You see what I'm saying? So that space of transits lead to the transitions that are happening in our life. So being mindful of those things. You know, my son, he turned knowledge today. You understand? So him and Tretch got the same physical degree. So, you know, happy born day to
be born
to Town's own, man.
Yeah, it's nephew.
So so it's just literally, you know, transitions are happening, you know, regardless on the planet, you know, regardless of what. So you're in a perfect place, right? For elevation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you see things in 4D already. You know what I'm saying? So you see things in 4D. So the people in 3D, they have to graduate in order to see what you see.
Yeah, kind of catch up.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about it is when they get it, they'll be like, yo, I got that. Yo, I got it now. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why Supreme Math, we say understanding is the best part, right? So that's 3. We're talking about culture, what you live now. After you understand, you see things clearly for what they are and not for what they appear to be. So this is back to retrograde. Retrograde, it appears as if the space, the plane that governs communication is regressing. You see what I'm saying? So now people definitely, if they didn't get it before, they're definitely not going to get it in these next couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? So you just hold your peace and continue to plant your seeds. But the seeds that you're planting are going to be a bountiful harvest for the next 10 years. So mindful of what you say, what you think, what you communicate, the decisions you make, all of that with the intention of elevation and in prosperity. So,
I think you hit it right on the nose, though, because that's literally like what place I'm in right now. Just transitioning, realigning, refocusing, just the whole shebang. So it's just funny how you said that and kind of just pulled it full circle for me, you know?
I got it from you.
Also, my birthday is the 8th. It's coming up this weekend.
That's right, the Sagittarius.
Man. Sag and Gemini.
The 8th, next Sunday?
Okay. Yep.
That's crazy.
That's what's up.
That's crazy. We're going to throw it up for you.
Sagittarius.
Yeah.
I was going to drop something on Scar, but I think I saved it for the wind down.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. You can tap on it. I mean, you can tap on it.
Because I wanted to deal with the villain aspect holistically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, especially with Wicked just dropped. Wicked just came out. So, again, who are they looking to big up versus who are they looking to vilify? You know what I'm saying? Because they missed it with the whole Joker thing. They missed it. And they missed it with the Wolverine and Deadpool. So now it's back here again with the Divine Feminine. You see what I'm saying? So Scar and Mufasa. Scar saved Mufasa's life and welcomed him into the Pride. He was not supposed to be there. He was not supposed to be there. So he welcomed him in. He's like, nah, that's my brother now.
Wow.
So he saved his life and he takes his position of rulership. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he got passed over, but there was something that was written that these was going to be opposing forces regardless. So if you take the lesson from these opposing forces, it's a fulfillment of prophecy of things that have to come into existence, right? So Mufasa's death was to raise up Simba. You see what I'm saying? But he had to take an unlikely approach versus his royal approach. You know, that's the story of the hero's journey, now Valley, you know, whatever it goes, the death of the master, the student comes up, you see what I'm saying? Unlikely student, least likely, whatever the case may be. And and it happens, right? So as we approach like the solstice, you start thinking about that. You see what I'm saying? So all of these things are going in the form of cyclic, but with Scar in particular, that left a scar on him. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
So he was marked with that. So similar to seeing like a T'Challa and Chidaka, right? Or who they call Killmonger. They vilified him and they baked him up. You see what I'm saying? Now look at their relationship with the operatives. One trained to learn the secrets of the operative. One was unaware of the capability of the operative. And the one who was shown as victorious was the one who had the blind eye to the true capability and intentions of the operative. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at Scar's vilified, and the villains was basically like the villagers. The villagers. So the hierarchy kept the villagers dumb to what they had going on because they wanted to control them.
Wow.
So Scar was basically towing the line because he was next in line. So his ability is something that goes with keeping things in line and in order on how they're supposed to be, right? So if you look at something simple like self-preservation is something there to keep you safe. And now Valley, they called that Sutesh. So Sutesh was responsible for that. But Heru was responsible for your ascension. Your ascension comes through being tried and tested. And after you pass those tests, you ascend. So being Simba wasn't enough. You understand? So if everything that was supposed to be in alignment with what he was supposed to do was easy, he wouldn't have valued it. But he went through all of the struggles that was possible for his ascension. So when it was time for him to become the Heru, he was fortified. And he didn't forget the people that helped him and basically spared his life where they could have just fed him. So again, the villain comes from the village and the villagers and the village people because they could cause anarchy or overthrow the ruling structure. So they vilified them. And if you look at all of the tales where they have resistance, the resistance always is the ordinary people. You look at the Joker, he was an ordinary dude from Gotham. Then all of a sudden he became the Joker. So the ruling class, the Wayne family was responsible, the Wayne and the Arkham family was responsible for the state of Gotham.
Right.
And they don't have to be called to account for it. Why? They rich and powerful. Well, he said in that first Joker, he said if it was me lying dead on the street, you would walk right past me. You see what I'm saying? So the ordinary people don't get the acclaim. He had to do something extraordinary, and that gave him an acclaim, not the acclaim he was looking for, the acclaim of the villain. So the difference between the hero and the villain is what the people say, right?
Yeah.
Because they're twins. You look at that same bird, you see Sutesh on one side, you see Heru on the other side.
Sutesh.
Two heads on the same body. So the difference is their propensity. So there was something that was deeply scarred within Scar that caused him to respond that way, right? So if y'all look at Wicked and see what's going on with Wicked, you'll see how a villain is born. Vilified versus who you big up. So Glinda pops up out of nowhere. She gets befriended and learns the way from sister, right? Right. And then they call her Eveline, right? And then they call her evil.
We gotta see this.
They call her evil because she was powerful and she was more powerful than anybody that was out there. And the difference was, if y'all go see Great Powerful Oz, the difference was Oz You see what I'm saying? So he had the trickster space, and he drove the wedge in between these two that were supposed to have been sisters of one another.
Yeah. I think that's interesting though, because even down to what you were saying about Glenda being bigged up and the green, I can't remember what her name is, but I know she was the Green Witch. I actually seen the movie. And I just think it's interesting because you can say the same thing about just Black culture or African culture, whatever you want to call it. Like when we do it, it's evil or it's witchcraft or it's all of these different things. But white people do it, it's looked at as, you know, something magnificent.
Exotic. Something magnificent. Yeah.
That's interesting.
And all cultures operate like that. All cultures operate with that space of lore and with that space of mysticism or with that space of ancestral reverence. You see what I'm saying? All of it, down to their money, down to their totems, down to their traditions, down to their customs, down to their ceremonies, down to their holy days, however it goes. These are things that are integral and optimal for a culture. A culture, its people honors their departed. You don't have a civilization without it. This American civilization, they honor those who came before them. All of those presidents, they're on the money. Their names are etched on the street signs. You see what I'm saying? All of this space of continual ancestral reverence in the society, and we just walking around like we nobody. You see what I'm saying? So the village people or the commoners become the villains. You see what I'm saying? So you're supposed to regress. You just, like Joker said, he said they'll act like we'll just take it and take it and take it and won't fight back. So that became a rallying cry for everybody else. They're like, oh, this is the face, right? This is the idea. This is all of the things that Batman is purported to be. He's a vigilante, right? There were people that was out there. I'm just talking about the Gotham, little series.
The universe.
There were people that was out there that was trying to help Batman. He was like, don't do it. He wanted to do it by himself. Think about Batman Begins. He got taught the ways of the ninja because he was supposed to be the one that was supposed to clean up Gotham on the real. And he betrayed those people after learning their secrets and just thought he could come back to Gotham and chill and be on this long vigilante, you know what I'm saying, Bruce Willis type situation. Nah, they came to account. This is where Bane comes from. You see what I'm saying? So now he becomes the bane of your existence. It's a reminder that you are no different than the people that you purport to be against. Your family's responsible. You're working with the police. You're working with the police commissioner at that. They enable you through the bat sign. So you move when they say move, and you basically a detective out there. So how are the common people supposed to latch on to that? They're already dealing with police corruption. They're getting shook down by the police. They're getting subjected to criminality. So where do you stand in that space? And you acting as if you're moral. So now there's a response based off of that. So they can't trust you. They can't trust the government. They can't trust the police. It's anarchy. So now who's going to be the face of anarchy? So where did they become the anarchists? In the Arkham Asylum. They didn't go to, when they was criminally insane, they didn't go to regular prison. They went to mental institutions. And the same space, that family, Arkham, his mother's side of the family, that was their asylum. So the fathers, the Wayne family had the military, the technology, all of this stuff. And then the mother side of the family dealt with the criminally insane, quote unquote. Because she was criminally insane. So it was really an institution for her. So these were her offsprings in the city. So both of them responsible for the corruption of the city, and the opportunity was presented for him to reform, and he didn't reform. So he's let loose on the city. And what did they say in Batman versus Superman? If the hero stays around long enough, he becomes the villain.
Yep.
So
Right.
Superman became a villain. Batman became a villain. You could just go through the whole list, but I'm just wanted to touch on that like real quick because I wanted to, devote a little time on that when it comes.
To wind down.
But the trauma of Scar was something that was etched on his heart and affected his decision making as a leader. So this is why he wasn't fit to lead. Not in that capacity. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at leaders and their propensity, there's certain spaces that they're supposed to be. When they showed us Shaka Zulu, the miniseries, he was a great general and a horrible king.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great war strategist.
Right.
Never, because that was his functionality, right?
Yeah.
So when they showed Killmonger and Chidaka, they showed Shaka Zulu again. So they showed somebody who was a brilliant military strategist. You couldn't outthink him and you couldn't outfight him. But when it came time to lead, in another capacity, it was something that he was missing because his father was killed. So that part of his heart was scarred, right? So back to Scar. So when you look at the common thread, it goes to how the difference between the hero and the villain is the heart, right? Now, Valley culture, weighing of the heart ceremony. Bible says circumscribing of the heart, right? Right, it was circumcision of the heart, right? So these aspects in regards to the difference between one and the other, and these are tales that are told in alignment cyclically, so we remember, because we got goldfish minds sometimes. How soon we forget.
Yeah, that's deep.
You went in.
That's some deep stuff.
Man, that was crazy. Man, I can't wait to the wind down now. I want to hear the whole science. How this car get for real, man. I've been watching a little bit of the Penguin.
Yeah,
Another one. I like how he shifted them in there. I'm like, snap, and they got it's a mob. The mob, because the mob run Gotham. But I was noticing, a lot about how he appeared in little things that we didn't even know before. Right. See the reason. I'm gonna wait till the wind down on that one. Yeah, that's kind of heavy. Neru, man.
Some family.
Yeah. I don't know, Catwoman or where you at on this one? Where you at on this one?
I was about to say, honest, like I'm not really a big Marvel fan.
Right.
But I mean, maybe it might be giving Cat Williams. It might be giving Cat Women.
Say Cat Williams? Cat Williams.
Look, I said Cat Williams.
Oh yeah. He said at these times.
But it might be giving Cat Women.
Same kind of catty going.
Yeah, for real. But oh man, so I know you're working on some new stuff.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah, I'm working on the next project featuring you and Baby Mother and Metaphor the Great. I got some really dope features on it. So I'm working on that right now. I'm just getting things situated. So that's projected to release next year. And then me and you still got like tons of stuff that
are
releasing stuff. So
you know what I was trying to find? I couldn't find it. Right. What was the movie we was watching? Like late, like it was the biblical joint.
We was watching a lot.
Yeah, a lot of ill stuff, right? And it was like samples. We was just going through it, man. It was like, yo, that right there. It was like, I think Babylon or something like that. Babylon.
Was it the Jezebel joint?
Jezebel. Yeah, that's right. That was one of them, but it was one I don't know where the algorithm was just throwing us all type of movies.
No, they definitely was. It was good. Yeah, you showed me where it was like God, basically from the perspective of God. I forgot what it was called. Yeah. But that one was really dope too. It was like an early 30s movie.
Yeah, we was watching something, man. We just zoned out. Zoned out. Sometimes I like watching those movies. I like watching those movies. Kind of inspire you because they didn't have that much like effects, so they just used whatever what was available, and it was mostly like, okay, we got to find the real clothes. We have to go there. We don't have no is that GTI? What was that called when they do the background?
Oh yeah, the green screen.
Yeah, the green screen and all that stuff. They really went there. So it's like there's a kind of like authentic piece that they be getting, and then they be using the dialogue be dope. The dialogue be dope in those movies.
Yeah, it's definitely inspiring. Them samples go crazy too. You can find all types of different samples, and even just taking certain clips and making beats out of it. Like
that's what I meant to ask. Do you make beats?
I'm about to start working on making beats. I have FL Studios now, so I'll be playing around with it a little bit. Just give me a couple months.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's genius.
Yeah, a couple months to play around with some stuff.
That's crazy. So we're gonna play a clip of when you hear, it's always a celebration of Perfect Place.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let's cue that up one more time. AD, and you drop.
Here, the centuries of loneliness were to end. Your collection of Leonardo da Vinci masterpieces, Mr. Flint. They appear to have been recently painted on contemporary canvas with contemporary materials.
I remember that.
Then, age,
Dave Flores driving, nobody know that.
Dust. Do you understand? You wanted a perfect, ultimate woman. As brilliant, as immortal as yourself. Your mate for all time.
Merkaba master, I charter demons to other worlds, drive devils to plaster, rush them to hell, breathing asthma, place Satan on gurneys next to Hermes, send them off to their journey to Cleopatra. They read those chapters, egos captured, the Leo laughter, neoplasma, run through my veins in this matrix, and my basement became a plaza, and now I'm in the Sky Lounge, with negative spirit hackers, build on math and we read the chapters, observe through our windows at the quiet disasters, riots at NASA, marches, gender pride, freedom rights for the masses, till we do away with first and second citizen classes. Religion is backwards, trying to comprehend to the pastor. This gym is like Jasper. Either we all live and strive for the youth to survive, or it all ends with the rapture. Forget waiting on the man, I'm making a plan. And for the ages of false statements, I'm taking a stand. Start an investigation on Satan with a cross in my hand. Make him plead guilty, now face the jury. We're in the courts of I am. If I could just vanish from off the planet, like magic, become caught from granite. Days, mathematics is understanding.
Let's go. It's Dallas too.
This is the perfect place to disappear. This is the perfect place to disappear.
A billion stories in the naked city. Ghost told me that his best friend needs a kidney. We froze, reminisce of Tiffany in the cold. Open whiskey from the 20s, in the memory. Sympathy, made the angels play a symphony. Said he could've had a scholarship, toured different colleges. Now he's out of it, faded away slowly on dialysis. His name remained anonymous, but here's my acknowledgements. Street legends and hood guards. Kingdom fall into a mirage. Ghetto depression sets in. Then we place weed and cigars. A child has difficulties concentrating. From where he lives, he sees his promises fading. He sees his pops gone, his mom's is aging. She trying to stay strong for a church congregation. And meanwhile, a kid named Rico was the coke king. A lot of siblings are the dope fiends, hope you scream. A lot of children with broken dreams, homes were clean. The most extreme, you got rich and what you sold to queens. Look what you did to Josephine. And Ebony is unheavenly. The devil's ready with open wings. As Lucifer uses love and his youthful mug. Then his blood on the cobra's fangs.
Hey, hey, did you hear? to disappear.
It's gonna get better and better every time I hit.
Yo, man. Yo, I would love to hear more, like you just blow like near the end, or just sing to the whole thing, because your voice is so sultry. Tell the audience, did you inherit that, or where did that sultry, that like chocolate feeling come from? That I can say it.
Well, first off, thank you, Priest. But my mother, she's a vocalist. So it definitely comes like, in the blood. My father sings a little bit too. I was raised in the church. And I was like singing on choirs in the church. And then I'm also inspired by like a lot of different sounds and textures and genres and all of that good stuff. So, D'Angelo and George Clinton and Funkadelic and a lot of neo soul like India Arie, Corinne Bailey Ray, even FKA Twigs, some like trip hop or elements that you would consider to be, I guess, experimental. I also listen to too. So it's a lot of different pieces that kind of make up my sound and how I approach certain things.
The school of singing is church, man. I don't care what you say. Go ahead.
Did you watch Sister Act?
Yeah, all of them.
That was a great movie. Whoopi Goldberg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Laura was up in there. That's right.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. The one with Lauren.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Have you ever been to Pentecostal church?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you too. Yeah, that's down.
I was raised in like Holiness Church, like
Holiness,
which is basically close to Pentecostal, like Baptist.
Okay.
Just in tongues.
Speaking in tongues. Okay.
All of that, falling out, putting a white sheet over, that type of stuff. I don't really know how to explain it, but
but you need that type of. I think all of that's like the seasoning to that to them voices that be coming out of there. Because if you calling on things and but you out of body and you experience that type of vocals that just because you just letting yourself go, almost like you possessed. Like, and you just letting it from a deep soul perspective. Very deep, very deep. It'll move you, you know what I mean? Like I felt everything that you said. And I must admit, man, when you got on, we went to open mics, AD. Yeah, we got AD, we gotta get out. Went to open mics and Neru.
Yeah.
Where was the open mic at?
They love her. Huh?
Oh, of course. But where was the open mic at?
It was at this spot called Stowe. Remember Stowaway? Shout out to Stowaway.
Yeah. Where's that? In LA?
Yes, LA.
Where does open mics out there?
There's open mic, live band. Shout out, I'm picking up Stowaway. Yes, live band.
Did you go up on the open mic too?
I did a little poetry here and there. Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends.
Where people are like, oh damn, that's Killah Priest.
Yeah, well, sometimes I just come in as a mystic person. You know what I mean? Just pop up. Give me the money. No, no, but Neru, we went there and Neru taught a place. I knew she had talent. I believed in it, but to actually see her take that, she took that audience and they were wanting more. Did you do Sade?
I think I did.
Yeah,
I think I did Sade, and then I did like a Thundercat song.
Yo, imagine that. A Thundercat. Ooh, my Lord. Yo, a Thundercat song. Thunder. Oh, can we Thundercat. I'm thinking about the cartoon. I was about to say you took it there. It's like you turned Thundercat. You talking about the singer. Yeah, that's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah, he's dope. I know a white group that said, I wish I could give this to him. Shout out to Flea. Next time I speak to Flea, it's an old school average white band. I want to give him that song because he sound like he could blow this song to pieces. Yeah. Matter of fact, maybe because you got that voice too. You got that voice. Like,
I don't know why I thought you was gonna say Hiatus Coyote, but you said it's an older group, right?
It was the Average White Band.
That's really what it's called?
Huh?
Like that's the name? That's their band name?
Yeah, Average White Band.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah. Anybody heard of them before?
Average White Band.
Yeah. Check them out. They're like from the 70s. They was dope. And it's just I think they did Baby Come Back. Baby Come Back. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's one song, but I can't remember it right off top. But I know I was like, man, that's just like what's his name? The original name of that song. What's that? Our Love Is Gone. This is old school. Anyway, your voice, I can see your voice singing like a whole bunch of those stuff. The soul tree, and the kind of like thickness and salt, but it's like salt. It's like sugar and salt mix. It's like, the way you took over that crowd was incredible. Word.
Sugar and salt. Crazy.
It's really real. No, it's really real. It's like it's airy.
I really appreciate it.
And it's like Solo Jim still talking about that hook you did. Oh my god! Oh, that's great. Yeah. That's haunting because you got some.
I know it's
man, we got it. Yo, y'all don't even know. Boy.
Yeah, they not ready. We got some stuff on the tub.
Y'all don't even know. I just get crazy, man. It's tunnel vision on that.
Up a little bit. We fixed it.
Yeah. So and then to have like when I Was Born was on here dropping some of those, your kind of your makeup come from somewhere, and I love it because I relate to church. You know what I'm saying? We all relate to church, and you got to have some type of background, some type of foundation to know what sounds good. Like one of my favorite artists group is the Clark Sisters.
Clark Sisters, yeah. Fire.
Right? Yeah. Jesus is a love song. And that song right there touches me. If you get a chance, check out Jesus is a Love Song live. Can we play some of that? When we get in trouble, they did it live. It's in the 80s, that one, the second one.
Clark Sisters is different. Like,
yeah, they different.
Legends.
Yeah. Yeah, check it out.
I keep hearing this melody in my ear. I keep feeling His presence so near.
Man, church is like concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay hard.
So rich and complete.
All sisters.
Like the voice of an angel. Yeah.
Will we get in trouble for this? No, right? This is live. Oh.
The stars to me.
That's real soon. Like birds, right? That's enough, bro. That's it. That's like hard because he ended up singing. I can watch it later, man. But they are all of them together. Oh, I think the sister was it just one vocal on that one? Go ahead, go. Let it go a little bit more. I think the second sister gonna come in, Tiny or something. Ooh, the look at the sisters in the back. African wailing.
And that unison goes.
Could it be a dream? Is it reality?
Oh man, I messed that up. What is that?
It's just like
Yeah, that's Ben Frank got it. That's Twinkie. That's right. Don't play with the Churchill. He's like a battleground. She's like the jazzy one.
Okay.
So sweet.
Ooh, that's a death round.
So rich and
Yellow.
Damn!
That's fire.
No, but for real.
That's fire. Yeah, they're serious. That's a serious. That was back in like the 80s.
Amazing.
Or the early 90s. I don't know when, but they were nice. But the way we went into the open mic, this little with dreads, like boom, she just took the mic and she just owned the whole place. I was like, Nero's the truth. I said, Nero is the truth. For real.
I learned it from
Yeah.
just nudging me like, yo. I'm like, all right.
Is that ancestors?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's deep.
Yeah, nah, that was fire. I can't wait to the next one.
Right. Yeah, man. Channeling.
Tour, right?
What'd you say?
I said you said something about tour, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yo, let me explain that. So when I'm doing shows here and there, everybody's like, yo, that song you did with the girl that was singing, that happened like 10 times. So yeah, so I'm gonna when we get on the road, we're gonna talk. We gotta hit up a tour, a whole tour together, me and you.
I could see a hit song that way. You know, you have a female on the hook and you do the verse.
Mm-hmm. We got plenty more coming. I like this one. Yeah,
but you can go some mainstream songs like that.
Yeah,
you know
that's true.
No,
And we got the voice right there, right before us. Shh, you got any? I know you be having exclusive stuff and stuff you don't be. I like that because some artists keep this stuff like, no, it's too sacred. It's not ready yet. You know, but if you can bless us with your voice, I mean, come on, AD will play something, and we can have a nice little session. Yeah, a little session. Yeah, I love stuff like this. And last time you blessed the Podcraft, you did a little vocals like goom goom goom. It'd be beautiful if you can mix the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that'd be stupid.
Oh my God.
That's amazing thing.
Amazing.
You know, it's something about the vocal. I mean, everybody dreams of singing. Wish I could sing, and it's amazing talent that you got, and never lose that because you can do both. And it's like, such a blessing to see somebody that can take octaves and sound waves and make them reach such beautiful notes that'll bring you right in. You know, and that's a great thing. That's the chief of light. They said Lucifer. Everybody gets scared of Lucifer, but he was the arch singer, man. So imagine the vocals that were coming out. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and there's a beauty in it because they call blues music, which is one of my favorite genres. You ever heard that song, I Put a Spell on You? 'Cause you're mine? You know that?
Deep, yeah.
You know that song? No, I'm saying, because I was going to say, because you hear the little vocals of that, but that's probably, I put a spell on you. Doom, 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 doom. It is a version that, I like the Screaming Jay Hawkins version. But I think Nina Simone killed it. Yeah.
Yeah, Nina Simone always don't come to play.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got to speed it up. We gotta get in trouble with this.
Hold on a second.
No running around.
No running around. I can't stand. No putting me down.
I put a spell on. Yeah.
I think Marilyn Manson remixed that too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's different. I wonder how he flipped it, or what he did to it.
Oh yeah.
You're mine. I can't stand the things that you do.
Nah, man, come on.
No.
It's a it's a good strip club song.
Yeah, I can see that as sleazy joint, like maybe goth girls.
We put one of the rocker girls on stage. We put that for her second song.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, like I feel the 440 hertz coming off of it.
Ooh.
This version.
Yeah, I
Like,
explained a 440 hertz. AD, take me off real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still here, but I got to go downstairs and
all right. So I got to start with 432, and then gradually go to 440. So 432 hertz is just like the natural frequency of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You can heal yourself using those frequencies. You can realign yourself, chakras, pineal gland. You can open up, your pineal gland. You can astral project. It's a lot of different things that you can do using 432 hertz.
With the binaural beats.
Yep, binaural beats. But yeah, so 432, that's like the natural frequency that everybody, every plant, animal, everything vibrates on. But I want to say back during the Holocaust,
yep.
The Nazis was playing around with a lot of different tactics. One of the tactics was 440 hertz and fluoride and a lot of other things. But 440 hertz was basically like a frequency that they use to kind of like control people, keep them docile, keep them away from like their inner voices and their inner selves and stuff, and just make them like easily persuaded. So I want to say the U.S. kind of took those tactics using, what is it called? Project Paperclip, Operation Paperclip. I want to say that's the one, but don't quote me. But it is an operation that they basically, like a CIA operative type of situation, where they took some of those same Nazi soldiers and brought them over to the U.S. And then use some of those tactics today. So, for instance, a lot of my music I transfer into 432 hertz before I release it. But when I go to upload it in distribution platforms, it automatically turns it to 440 hertz.
No way. Are you serious?
And the only way I can get around that is by directly uploading my album to each platform. So if I was to upload my album to YouTube through my YouTube channel, then it won't change the frequency. But if I do it through a distribution company,
I never heard that.
Yeah, they turned it to 440 hertz.
But that means there would be no 440 hertz music on Spotify.
Right. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Why would they do? Because I know they'll mess with your volumes. Like you're supposed to be around like -11 LUMS for your final master volume. Right. And if you're lower than that, they'll bring it up. If you're higher than that, they'll squash it. Almost like a limiter would. That's why some people will be like, how come my music sounds different on Spotify than it does when I play it from the raw wave file? Do you know what I mean? Because if they don't know the LUMS, but I didn't know that they were analyzing frequencies Because technically it's around like negative 11 cents to tune from that. I can't
Yeah,
believe that they're doing that.
it's crazy. It's craziness. So if you do want to hear any like of my 432 hertz music, it's all on SoundCloud because they don't play around with frequencies on there. But that's also why you kind of got to be careful with what you listen to on YouTube, as far as binaural beats and things like that. Because sometimes it just because it say 432 doesn't mean it's actually 432, or just because it say 518 or whatever the case may be, it might not actually be those things, depending on how they uploaded it.
Yeah, there's a 432 hertz meditation thing here. I'm not sure. See, I canceled my Spotify. I'm on Tidal now. But yeah, I'm wondering which of these are actually 432 now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't know they were analyzed because that's more work for them.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
It's like even looking for that.
That is crazy. I know you can get on YouTube, no problem.
Yeah. If you upload it directly to YouTube. But yeah, that's that thing. And not to mention, all of the other things that they use too, like I said, fluoride and other
Yeah. We could do a whole podcast on that.
Yeah, and combination with the 440,
Yep.
So yeah, it's a mess out here, but the more you know.
Yeah, that's some frequency stuff. Yeah. I mean, they also do it to stop us from being like critical thinkers.
Mm-hmm.
They keep that technology to themselves. It's more forms of control.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And some say, well, it's such a small difference. It's such a minor difference. But when you see what it does to water molecules,
yep,
then that's where it seems to have more value because we know the power of words. You've seen the power of words. They talk to jars that are full of like coconut oil and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you can curse one and then you can love another one and it completely changes the dynamic of it.
Yeah. Yep. Plants, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I was talking to Priest about something like that before the show, and we were talking about how powerful the mind is. Because you literally have to watch how you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, your cells are listening.
Yeah. And how you can induce anxiety on yourself by tripping on the wrong thing, being worried about the wrong thing. That can mess up your day.
Yeah.
You walk by a chemical plant, you inhaled it, you're like, oh damn, what happened? Like, you know what I mean? You start thinking things, I'm gonna get cancer now. Like, I just inhaled some chemicals, I feel kind of dizzy. Do you know what I mean? Your mind starts racing and you're good. Do you know what I'm saying? But like your mind, if you start tripping on it, you can start to create symptoms.
Yep.
And be like, oh, I can feel my shoulders starting to mess up. It must have been that chemical. Do you know what I mean? And you'll create it, not realizing you've been good the whole time. You're making it worse from your thoughts. That's how powerful the mind is. They say if you knew how powerful your thoughts were, you'd never have a negative thought ever again.
Wow. Yeah. We create a reality every day. Like I was in a call with my mother earlier and one of my songs came on and the lyrics like within the song is just like, please take my thoughts away. Please clear my mind, I won't stray away. And then I basically was saying like victim of my own thoughts. So like you said, like it's powerful, making sure that you staying positive and you sowing like good seeds, even not just in actions, but what you putting out in the universe as far as what you speak to yourself, to others, like it manifests. It does.
That's funny you mentioned about how a song on the radio came on because sometimes that happens at a perfect time. You ever notice that? Like some people say, oh, that's a coincidence. But sometimes you're getting messages just from a certain song coming on. Or it'll tell you something that totally correlates with what you got going on right there.
Exactly.
And to a point where it's like, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah, for sure. Like synchronicities.
Like
that
synchronicity. Like a lot of that. It's like when we see 1111 or when we see 333 or when we see 222. That's kind of also a message to let you know, like, hey, there's a rhythm going on here. And you can fall in sync to certain things. So the people you meet, they are their own 1111 in your life. You know what I mean? You were supposed to meet that person. You were supposed to talk to that person. You were supposed to, get with that person and break up with that person. So sometimes the getting together and breakup was both part of the plan. You know what I mean? A lot of times we'll think like, well, that was a failed relationship. I messed up. No, you had to go through that lesson as part of your destiny. So it's kind of crazy looking at it at that aspect.
Yeah, nah, that's real. Or even just like sometime I'll just be talking and then the TV just repeats exactly what I just said. And then I just start to myself, just manifesting, like whatever I was speaking about in the moment, like sometimes it gives you that reassurance, like you on the right track or it's going to happen. You just got to put action towards what you're speaking. So yeah, it's real. Like I feel like the more, or similar to what Knowledge Born was saying, like you raising your frequency up to 4D or 5D or just raising, opening your chakras and opening your third eye and certain things, like it's kind of hard for you not to see certain things or kind of hard for you not to connect with the nature or, certain things that's around you. So you definitely got to pay attention to those things.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
It's hard to maintain those frequencies too, because you can get there, you have some tea, you light some sage, you start feeling some type of way, and you're in that, 4D mentality, you're feeling all zen. And then you get a phone call and it just brings you right back down to 2D and you're like, oh man. So you can switch in and out whether you want to or not. It's just jumping in and out of the matrix. What happened?
Yeah. Nah, that's super.
Priest said his uncle's apartment was 4D.
4D? That's crazy.
Oh, his apartment was 4D.
See?
That's dope. Fourth dimension. That's crazy. Okay, he's coming back.
Okay.
But yeah, that's crazy. We could talk all about that with the synchronicities and all that. But that it does kind of correlate with the 432. And I've made some binaural beats for this company that is putting them out for therapeutic purposes. So like I work for this company that's like we need some binaural beats for Alzheimer's. So the frequency that helps memory is 40 hertz. So I have a whole library of frequencies. I just dropped in the 40 hertz into a timeline. I'll start playing some, sound waves, some keys and everything. And then whatever I add to it, I convert that into 432 hertz tuning. And then that connects with the 40 hertz frequency that's in there. And it's in there loud enough just for you to like not notice, but you do notice. And I turned that in, submitted that in, and then now people are listening to that for Alzheimer's patients.
Wow.
So they're trying to legit like bring this into it's part of alternative medicine, because even though there's scientific studies that back it up, mainstream medicine right now is not going to acknowledge sound frequency healing.
Of course not.
But it exists. You can still get it. You know what I mean? But it's just considered part of alternative medicine, alternative therapy.
Right.
Just like many holistic doctors.
Yeah, no, definitely. But that is like, I feel like that elevates things. That changes things in itself. Even what you add in 432 with the 40 hertz, like that's just medicine on medicine. I don't even know if people have done that before. Like, did you just create that?
I mean, I didn't, but the company put it together, and I work with this guy that was like telling me, "Can you make binaural beats?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like that's my whole thing, and I ended up having a Zoom meeting with all of their whole staff, and I explained to them exactly what you talked about with the 432 and 440, and these were all older, baby boomer type people that were not familiar with this stuff, and they're like, "Who is this guy?" Like, and I had to convince them like none of this is woo woo, you know what I mean? So I would pull up studies and I would show PubMed studies talking about healing frequencies and all that, how it's all legit, and they're like, "Wow, we didn't know about this." And anyway, long story short, the company exists, and now they're fully up and running, providing binaural beats. And then also like spa music too. They do other stuff. Everything that's just for therapy.
Yeah.
And making people chill and relax, which is necessary nowadays. We got a super chat from Fella B. It says 80 and KP gives calm, positive energy. Thank you. Yes, I am now. I'm quitting coffee. I was too high strung and I didn't realize it because I was having like strong cup a day, and I was getting a little intense, especially with all the salt I eat and red meat. So I started to get a little tense. So now I'm gonna kick back off the coffee a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all about finding that balance, you know.
Yeah.
It's really.
And
Go ahead.
that's super commendable.
Yeah, because it's a drug. Caffeine is a drug.
Yeah, I feel like people don't really realize that they even addicted, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
So like I'm just gonna cut this out. It's like, yeah, that's commendable.
Yeah, I've been addicted for real. You know what I mean? I was doing weed for a while too, and I would do weed and coffee, like and sativa weed. So I was just being up.
Yeah.
I remember just being up, but I got so used to it. It was fun because you know it boosts your dopamine, and you just get so used to being strung out. I was getting stuff done and everything, but that could really mess with your sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
And at the end of the day, when you're trying to wind down, it's like, okay, you got to tell the caffeine to chill. So, yeah, it's all about that balance and everything. So even with all my expertise and knowledge, I'm still trying to get things right myself.
Yeah, 100%. We out here, man.
Yeah, we all students.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, always.
Yep. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go here. All right, and action. But I've got. Let me check here. I think I got some binaurals I could show. Hey.
Ta-da! I'm back.
Ta-da!
Yeah. Did I miss anything? I just heard AD said he quit coffee. Are you gonna replace it with anything?
I was thinking about. I don't want to do green tea. But I'll do other teas.
Green tea?
Yeah, I don't want some green tea. I got other reasons for that, but I'm gonna try some other teas. You know what I mean? Just to be chill, just to balance it out.
Reality.
Yeah.
It's a reality.
We got I got
you know,
one.
man here.
Huh?
I said pre-C man here know which one you could swap out. Which, you know.
Let's try. Hold on, let me do this one right here. So this one is it's got rainfall. This one's just a frequency combined with rain.
Close your eyes.
This one's delta wave.
Open them. Remember this was like Psychic World.
Yeah.
You had those crazy sounds. Remember the beginning?
Yeah.
The boosh, boosh, boosh. We came. We was actually here when we did Psychic World. We was adding the effects and stuff. AD came up with some crazy those sounds like. Boosh, boosh.
Yeah.
You said you couldn't find them no more, right?
No, I got them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all was building on the hertz, right? I want to play one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, frequencies is everything.
Yeah, what I heard so far though, 80, that sound crazy. Like I was about to fall asleep out the range just then.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I got one that's 0.5 hertz delta, and it's a binaural beat. Like this. So there's a frequency in the background just layered there. But when you have headphones on, then you feel it and hear it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's the whole of binaural is you're getting.
Let that go.
Like that?
Stop that. Yeah.
You're getting one tone in one ear and a different tone in the left ear, and then the combination of those two tones creates a separate tone in the middle. That's why it's binaural, because bi is two. So you have a left tone, a right tone, and then that combination makes the inside of your brain have a frequency, and then that's where all the healing come into play. Yeah, I have a 528 right here.
Do you think it can become physical? Like, can you move something with music?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you've seen the frequencies like when they pour salt. What's the name of that? Cymatics.
Yeah.
Cymatics. And you do the patterns. This is like the most
I was
telling.
about to say, it makes different shapes and patterns and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What'd you say?
I said when they played the binaural beats, depending on what it is, it makes different shapes and patterns, even with water.
Wow.
Like it'll be different.
Yeah.
shape.
So you would see those frequencies being made on a plate.
Look how even it is. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And that's all part of the code of God's
Hammurabi.
matrix. Yeah.
Mm.
You're kind of just seeing the patterns of what God made. You know what I mean? It's so artistic, but it's so natural.
Yeah.
Like the scales on a snake, you know?
So it's almost like sacred geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, that's the mirror, the shining of the scale. And the weighing of the scale. It's crazy. How everything connects.
Wow.
Through the plate to see what different shapes it would form.
And for most frequencies, it doesn't really do much. But when it hits a frequency that resonates with the plate, it forms a really nice pure shape. So we found out what those tones were, and that's
Yeah, and then you know about there's frequencies that'll make glass shatter. We all know about that ever since,
the singers, right?
Cartoons. Yeah, there was have an opera singer sing so much that the wine glasses would break and the windows would break, and that's his basic resonance. But Raymond Rife was a scientist that was able to find the frequency to make bacteria and like parameciums and amoebas shatter.
Wow.
So he was able to cure cancer by making cancer cells shatter by finding their resonance frequency and making them break out. This is in the 40s. Government came in, took this technology, and shut down his factory.
Sounds about right.
It's called the Rife machine.
The Rife machine?
Yeah, because it was made by Royal Rife.
Royal Rife. R-I-F-E?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna look into it.
This guy, so Royal Rife, and he had these machines do some sound.
Looks like an L pipe, like some type of that'd be like a freaky horn.
Yeah, we had a. So you grab these nodes, you put your hands around these nodes, and then you hold on to them, and there's a certain frequency for like headaches. There's a frequency for all kinds of stuff.
No, man, I saw they used that in Scientology.
Oh yeah, Scientology's using a different one.
I was just talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's like the lie detector technology that they talk about. They use different lie detector waves and all that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
The most highest note.
You probably ran into that also when you went to what's his name's Hari's place.
Yeah.
I think he had something like that. And then we had a scientist that had one sitting there. I remember I told him, you know about the Rife machine? And he was like, oh, you mean this? Remember?
He had it.
Right there.
He had it right there. We had this super scientist on the show one time.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard.
That's the power of sound, though, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the most high notes. I'm not finished what I want to bring to what I was thinking about. I was like, Dad, what is? Because they be talking about skin like copper and then brass and all those like music instruments. So this God is music also. It's like everything is dealing around music and harmony and sounds and stuff like that. Like they always describe, even in the Bible, is brass and copper and skin and all of that's the skin of goats and that what they use for guitar. You know what I mean? And drums and the skin. I was like, heck, music gets its way up in there. And they sung praises and everyone's singing and it's just like harmony.
Yep. Music is it's a divine science.
Yeah. You like male singers more or female?
I like a mixture of both, honestly.
Right.
Because I'm an alto or a second alto.
Right.
So I can sing tenor and I can also sing like soprano notes in my head voice. So I like to listen to a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I like the mixture. You got the Teddy P.
I like Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Very soprano. What'd you call Mike and Janet? Sopranos?
Oh, Michael can hit all the ranges. I think he can go pretty damn low too. I mean, not as low as Prince. Prince can go really low. Prince has a huge range.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson can go pretty damn high.
Yeah. What do you think about Rick James?
Oh, I don't know.
That was a young one.
He's good.
Yeah.
I don't know
like
what.
alto? Like that was
Yeah.
okay.
I think it can go pretty high.
And we talk about great musicians, stuff like that. I wonder who's like an old musician. Because I saw this movie about the citron, or what was it called? Like Beethoven. I told that story before. The last, and homeboy was getting busy with he's battled Beethoven with his violin.
Battled Beethoven with his violin.
Yeah, and he blew Beethoven out the water. It was called The Last. It just came out. Let me look at that because I know y'all gonna get it. Part of my voice is. What was that movie again? AD where they were playing the violins that I told you about. I saw it on the plane. Dope. It was back in the Beethoven days, and there's a black dude, an African dude. He had that hair too. He had the hair like Beethoven in him. Chantonon, yeah. The last. It was like French. Beethoven got he blew Beethoven. Beethoven got mad too. We took that violin out. It was a rap. Chevalier, there you go. Thank you, Organic Beats. You got it. Chevalier.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you got it. Pull up Chevalier. You got to see that, Neru. It's fire.
Man, I'm gonna definitely check it out.
Yeah, that's.
You mean the film?
Yeah, it's a movie. But I never knew the history. I never knew, they had black people back then just doing it. Look, they burnt him this day. That's Beethoven next to him.
We got to be careful with movies.
Yeah, you don't have to play it now.
Yeah. Otherwise, the
But
block.
besides him, that was bigging up, all those. We had Beethoven, like an ancient musician who was how far can you go back to like an ancient musician? Like, oh, this guy was he played the drums ill back then, or did they record those things, or did they do it in like, oh, that's just the Bantu tribe. Like nobody stood out until people wanted to make money off of it. It was like, yo, you separate from that group and you come over here. And then I'll give you publishing. They didn't have publishing. And then somebody thought of it and said, yo, let me create this so I'll get all the money from your talent and trap you off later down the line.
Wow.
It's crazy, right? The way they do musicians. Because it was just probably all one tribal thing. And it was just like the Nabingi. The Nabingi in Jamaica is just like a boom, 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 very heavy bass. And they just, sing gospel, almost, it's gospel songs, like Sata Sagada and old Christian Ethiopian way back hymns, and they be singing those songs like the Abyssinians and Yabayu. It's crazy.
We got a super chat.
Yeah, Slick Vic Low. He says, yo, shout out to Neru. Be more in the building. Boom, boom. Deep convo. I talked about the molecular structure shifts in water, word, vibration, affirmation, and my 2015 TED Talk.
Oh, what? He did a TED Talk? That's cool.
Fire. Yeah, that's fine. So we had a lot of great minds in here.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to get into water and the science of water because water is alive and everything about this planet is water, man. Everything.
Dr. Emoto.
Huh?
The Japanese researcher.
Yeah, he's a crazy with water. And you know how they try to separate us from water? So water has to change form into fruits and they have to become, it has to trick us because if you say you're not going to drink water, water has to trick you. They have watermelons all over the place. It's a lot, bunch of seeds. So you need water on this planet.
I told you I dehydrated at work the other day.
Yeah, man.
I was starting to trip out. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't identify it. Like, I didn't think about, dude, you need to drink some water. Like, you're dehydrated. I didn't think about that because I had coffee. And for some reason, I know that's dehydrating you, but I didn't think about it. You know what I mean? And I was just starting to feel weird. My head's starting to, like, just be, like, nauseous. Starting to trip out. And people were like, yo, you all right? I'm like, no, I don't know what's going on. And someone was like, yo, drink some water. I'm like, yo, I drank water, fine. I had no idea how dehydrated I was.
Did your hands start cramping?
No cramping like that, but I was just tripping.
Right.
I was straight tripping, you know what I mean?
You like the Tin Man. You start...
Oh, my gosh. If you thirsty, you already dehydrated.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
And so, yo, man, make sure you hydrate. That's everything. That's everything. AD told me crazy story today. I was like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But the water brought you back to life, right?
Yeah.
What's the structures and molecules and what the smallest? Those are the shapes of water.
Yeah. So if you curse at it, it'll look like that. If you send it love, it'll look like that. So this one right here is, you make me sick compared to thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing, right, Neru?
Yeah, that's why you gotta watch what you say.
This God. Oh,
Yourself.
And it goes down to prayer, because you know how we talk about prayer, and you know you're giving thanks to the Lord, but you're also blessing the water in your food. So when you're praying, you're also making your food a little bit healthier.
Wow.
No matter what you eating, even if it's junk food, you should pray, because it's already junk food. You can at least give it some love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why home cooked meals are made with love. You know, from the grandma, from the ma. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure.
A lot more healthier. The same dish is healthier depending on who made it. How crazy is that?
Same ingredients.
Same ingredients. Yeah.
That food for thought.
Yeah.
Nah, that's wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead.
My bad, I just wanted to add, because I heard y'all say something about Slick Vic Low. We just dropped he featured me on his album, and I think he dropped a single not too long ago. It's called Alien. It's called Alien Moon Alchemy. Alien Moon Alchemy. That's the single. His album is called 1990 Now, and it's out right now. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, man. Shout out to that brother, man.
Shout out to the fan.
You know who you need to get with. And I didn't put this together. I think Purpose is out there and Be More.
Yeah.
Is it Boston or Be More? I think it's Be More. Yeah, I think so. That's crazy. Did we connect that? Don't hold me on that. Let me. I want to make sure, because I sometimes get Be More. No, it's got to be. What's close to Vermont?
Vermont. Oh yeah, that's up north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so he might be Boston.
Yeah.
I know Capadonna down here.
Yeah, Capit. Oh, that's the spot. Yeah. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, shout out to Cap. He be out there. My man Ratchet Russ. I'm gonna come out there. I love coming out there and Be More too.
Hey, you should, definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of culture.
They love you out here.
Yeah, a lot of culture. Real casters out there is real.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Be More. Shout out. And was it Guru from Be More? Or Boston? Guru, the rapper. A lot of people thought he's from Brooklyn. I think he was from out there, but that's the connection. So we link so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true. Because Brooklyn's like my second home.
Yeah,
I love it. Yeah.
There you go. Dehydration, rather. Yeah, that's why we. I think the great Dr. Sebi said that we dehydrate. Most of us just dry up, and that's how we transition over to the next round.
It's so easy to forget to drink water.
Oh yeah,
so basic.
When you got thirst aid, you got all these commercials on going. Man, all you need, you got
right. Mm-hmm.
And then that dehydrates you.
Yeah.
That's the one reason why I'm quitting the coffee.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, gurus from Boston. There you go. Thank you, my brothers and sisters from the Podcraft. Yeah, man. So it's a lot of stuff. So we got you. You know, I might have to get out of here in a minute. Sheik in the building. Yo, Neru, it's been great to have you. Well, you can stay around for the music.
Yeah, I can stick around
if you want.
Yeah, help out on the feedback too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once again, let me show this. Did you see it when I showed it? This is for everybody that's out there. This is the new merch we got. The true, it says Killah Priest. These are the fans. We showed it. Yeah, check it out.
That's hard.
Wu-Tang. Yes. Y'all coming in the building. We got these 25, man. And we got a limited edition, but we'll get more because I got the plug. We got to get you some of these, Neru.
Yeah, they slick.
Yeah, this is slick. And it's about Abraxas, Rebus, Simha, Pleroma. It's out right now.
Yes, please go get that, y'all. One of the dopest albums out. 2020.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neru. We got more work to do. See, it's like it's not like one or two, like you just say the name. It's like a story in it. So it's like a movie premiere, and it tells you more stuff. This is right here, Proverb Records.
Wow.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. It talks about the priesthood and the craft.
We're promoting it as Priest Only Fan.
A Priest Only Fan.
Get into the fan. We got so many words.
It took me a
on
little
there.
minute to catch it.
So if you're a real fan, I guess you say I'm a little fan. Yeah.
Get Priest Only Fans right there.
Only fan. Yeah, Priest Only fan. No doubt, man. No doubt. Word.
Nah, that's slick. I like that.
And you can wear it on your neck. You can put it, you can put like a chain. You can wear it like a chain so you don't forget it. If y'all near the beach, you can do this. Just something. It's a good gift, AD. Like I said, this is a gift that you buy for someone else. You can buy this and give this to somebody too.
Give it to Nana.
Who?
Nana.
Ill?
You call your grandma Nana?
Yeah. Why we do that, right? The Nana, that was a good bill. That was a good bill. Unc, we call uncles Unc, and we call Nana, Mama, all that stuff. What's the word? Ooh, nah. What's the word? Yeah, exactly. Somebody said lonely fan. Loneliness. No doubt. No doubt. But we have them available. They get a few.
Come on, Sadie. We were just talking about church. That's perfect for church. That's perfect for women at the club that want to stand intact.
Bartenders.
Get that at the beach, Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got places. And it's going to be heat in one of those places now because everything's cold outside. So what you got to do? Turn on that big, you know what I mean? So this for the fair. Word. We got Knowledge Born back in the building.
Gang.
Pull up the channel. This is what the crossing said.
Everything empty, always alone, non-human technology can fully replicate cities. Show the cities with no people.
Pull it up. You can see that when you're on a plane. You can look down and if you high enough, you can't even see people. You can see the outlines. It looks like just like cities with no people. Yeah, that's crazy.
They had an episode of that joint on Twilight Zone where they went to another planet and it was a city civilization, but they looked like ants. So they got off the rocket. Shout out to the rocket and the Rocketeers, right? They got off the rocket and they thought there was nothing there. And overnight, this small civilization built like a statue of one of the astronauts.
Yeah, they built that.
You know what I'm saying?
They built it
so,
for them,
yeah. My man's like, yo, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here. I'm their God. Blah, blah, blah. I'm in Neverland. All that, right? And when they got out of line, he started stomping them. So it was basically, some Yaku type situation, right?
Yeah.
So his man is like, yo, let's go, man. You understand what I'm saying? And he wound up killing him.
It was Andy Griffin.
Well, shooting at him. Yeah, he was like shooting at him. So he's like, all right, I'm out then. You going to be here? It's a wrap. And then there was another spaceship that came, and there was some dudes that was like 10 feet tall. So he became the same ant to them.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So when you start looking at like vantage points, their vantage point was looking down at this little thing, and he was in between that whole civilization that was right there. So it was real interesting.
Yeah, that's fire.
He was trying to, be the top dog, and then the top dogs came. You see what I'm saying? So it was interesting how it just worked in regards to perspective. So these empty cities they showing, we don't know if they're empty. You know what I'm saying? This looked like some I Am Legend type situation right here, right?
Oh. Twilight Zone all day. Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Like you said, you killed it.
Yeah, they're working on part 2 of the I Am Legend.
Oh,
And then they're coming out with another season of Alice in Borderland. If I ain't ever checked that joint.
Alice in Borderland?
It was crazy.
Neru, that joint was off the chain, right?
Yeah, it was.
Alice in Borderland. That's crazy. That's a ill name.
Yeah, that was next level. Like it was Squid Games on steroids. Because Squid Games had me caught up in that little scene, that little red light, green light. The rest of the series was all right, but that little scene where they did that red light, green light, I said, oh, this is interesting right here. But Alice in Borderland, next level.
That's fire.
Next level. This is what the cities look like when they moved everybody out of the joint. You know what I'm saying? So you look just like this.
Yeah.
It's a TikToker that apparently, I don't know how true this is, but allegedly somehow he slipped into a different dimension. And so he goes to different places. Like people request him to go to different places, and he like basically records it, and it's always empty. Apparently he's in like a big city that's similar to, just like where we are right now, but it's just no one there. And it's supposed to be like, a couple years from now, I think like 2050, something like that.
Epic.
Yeah, you'd love to watch a movie with Neru. She go in. She go in, yo. She be dissecting and breaking it down.
We're going to have to break it down. You got to come on my platform. We got to discuss Alice in Borderland. I would love to hear your analysis, because that joint was next level. You know what I'm saying? The King of Spades. Yo, I had people watch the series based off of the King of Spades little entrance. I said, yo, this is the illest entrance ever right here. You understand? I'm like, for artists, for creators, for MCs, for producers, like when you making your art, make your art multi-dimensional, because you never know who needs it. I was like, yo, if somebody was rhyming when the King of Spades made the entry, that's all that was missing. Like
that would have been crazy, yeah.
I gotta go to the studio, so I'm gonna let y'all finish it off. Y'all just finish it. I'm here. Y'all can just stay up here as long as y'all want, or if you know what I'm saying, or y'all do it. But I gotta get out of here. I just gotta what's the name?
Yeah, do your thing.
Text. Yeah.
No problem. I'm gonna hit you up.
All right, just hit me up. Take me off.
You're a busy man.
Yep. Shout out to the whole Podcraft. I'll see y'all in a minute. Word.
Yes.
Wednesday.
Yep, Wednesday. Up there. Wednesday.
Hey.
That's what's up. Hey.
Oh shit, I still got the headphone on.
Yep.
Hey, do you not hip to Alice in Borderland?
What is that?
You would love it. You would love it.
On Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's the plot basically. A guy is he's a gamer, right? He's a gamer in the regular world, right? That might lead to something with Neru. You ill with it. So he's a gamer in regular life. So in regular life, he's basically like a degenerate. There it go. There it is. That dude. That right there. I'm telling you. But
I'm about to watch this tonight then.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I started watching it and I couldn't stop. I watched the whole thing.
Really?
Straight through. Like it's what it was. And because you're a thinker also, AD,
yeah. I overthink.
You'll catch all kinds of other stuff in there. You play, yo, what about this? So it's 52 cards in the deck basically, and everybody's in some other alternate reality, right? And they're all trying to survive the game and trying to get back to what they know.
Is this kind of like that Japanese movie where they stand the green light, red light,
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Squid Games. That was
Yes.
the
Is that one of those
Korean
types of
thing.
movies?
Yeah, it's like that on 1,000 though.
Yeah, I was about to say it's similar, but I like this a lot better.
Yeah, this is
Do they kill people on this one or something?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
a
mean,
lot
if
of
it's disturbing, I may not want. I'm more of a
It's not
I'm a
it's
Fast
not
and
na-
Furious guy.
this is like one of those things that keep you on the edge of your seat type of situation throughout.
I'll
So you
check it
get
out.
you get a little bit of story, you get a little bit of backstory, all of that, and you get to see how the people became who they are because this is a game, AD. So everybody in there is part of the game. So it's not like there's some hierarchy in regards to it. And they don't tell you when it started. They don't tell you how long people been going on, whatever. People just been playing this game. So they just insert you in there and you're there with the guy who's like the master gamer. The reason why he's able to survive the games is because that's all he did. Everybody else, they got these other backstories. They was in a band, they was in the military, whatever it was. This dude played video games, so it was no game that they threw at him that he couldn't figure out. So he's like a master gamer. So he's in the mastermind. So he's in the mind of the developers. He's not just like somebody with the controller. Like he's thinking how the developers develop the game. So he's a guy, and they kind of team up with everybody, so you get a chance to get some intersection of everybody's story. I think it's just an interesting thing, like these are his friends, right? And I never seen an episode of Game of Thrones ever, like never.
Me neither.
Not never, right? But it kind of you start rooting for people, and they out of there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, yeah, you can't get attached to people too long because you're like, oh yeah, this guy, this girl, this, and then bam, it's a wrap.
Gone, right.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I love watching just movies like this, shows, anything that's full of like symbolism, or cult, stuff that try to like, throw at us as far as the subconscious.
Right.
That's one of my favorite pastimes. So yeah, as soon as I seen this, I was like, yep, I'm about to watch this all the way through.
Oh yeah, I watched this joint all the way through a couple of times.
I was about to say I probably watched it twice.
Yeah. This and 8, the 8 show.
No, yeah, that's another like Asian show too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they like fighting for worms or something like that. And the people on the higher level. I remember that one. Yeah,
the 8 show was next level. AD, if you're not into the disturbia gore type of situation, 8 is another mind job. So it's that on another level. It's not so graphic like this, but it has its own situation.
Yeah, I just don't like anything too ridiculous. The other one where they're green light, red light, that was ridiculous for me. I'm like, nah, this ain't for me.
AD, I watched that scene 87 times in a row. I was stuck. I couldn't watch nothing else. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, because historically they didn't show Asian culture with degeneracy in it. You might have seen a drunk guy, whatever, blah blah blah, in the kung fu flicks, but he's like a martial arts master. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, so there's no they're like, nah. Squid Games was like an eye opener. It's like, oh yeah, we take care of our own in this situation. There's like, oh, I don't belong here. All of you belong here. You understand? It's like, oh, you did this, you did this. Like nobody's gonna miss you type of situation. Nobody's gonna miss you. There was nobody there out of the contestants that was an innocent person, and that was one of the things that I liked about the Saw series. The Saw series was like, they show these people like they're innocent, but nah, they wouldn't be there if they was. There's a grave detest for taking advantage of the innocent, and this is how they wind up there. So,
yeah, I think another movie, if y'all haven't seen it, Blink Twice, definitely watch that. And The Substance, if you haven't watched that, they made it super hard for you to find it. But once you find it, you're gonna be like, bro, this what they've been doing this whole time. It's really good.
I got to check out Blink Twice. I seen this the Substance
Mm-hmm.
Blink Twice. I heard about Blink Twice, but I didn't see it. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Check
Blink
it out.
Twice is giving Epstein Island. You know, it's giving Rockefeller Island, Rothschild Island. You know, just the things that go on there, and then the
Right.
Substance is more about cloning and different like that. So what is it? Adrenochrome, all of that type of stuff.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. Yep. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I gotta check that train out.
Crazy.
I mean, the movies are the last line because people aren't reading books
Yeah.
anymore. So they
Yeah.
have to take the things that were in these old books and put them out in movies.
Yeah.
To give you a snapshot. And most of the things are in the series.
Yeah.
So, like the 8 Show, it's a book. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, it goes from the book to the story, and the story is based off of a book because this guy needed another seller, otherwise it was a wrap.
Mm.
So the parallel, you don't know if it's the book just being played out or what. Like
Yeah.
it's a it's one of those Stephen King type situations. Where it's
And we
like
could say that about the world stage too.
Yeah.
Because a lot, like you said, with the movies and stuff, it's predictive programming. So
Right.
like for me, is this naturally happening and unfolding, or is it being orchestrated, by some shadow hand situation,
They did the Truman Show like that. There was a bunch of things on Twilight Zone where they
Mhm.
did those things where it's a bunch of simulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
The monsters are due on Maple Street. You see what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
they show this affluent neighborhood, and then the lights go out. EMP goes off, lights go out, and it's chaos inside of 12 hours.
Mm.
People who knew each other, that everybody was friends, and it was all great. Everybody was suspect in under 12 hours.
Crazy.
So that was it, right? So between that and the Shelter and a couple other ones that they had, with the Twilight Zone, you just see between the Twilight Zone, Outer Limits, Alfred Hitchcock series,
Mm.
those they were all showing, all right, like these are the people that's in power.
Yeah. And what's the one
Right.
dude that did Eyes Wide Shut? I can't think his name right now.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yep. Agent Orange.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. He put a
From
lot
Full
of
Metal Jacket on up. You're like,
Yeah.
he's done a lot of. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan, he does a great job at that also. I'm not really a fan of Jordan Peele's stuff. I don't really like anything that he did.
You didn't like Get Out?
No.
That was great.
I could see it. I could see it, but there was a big analysis that came from all of it, but
Yeah.
nah, it was not for me anymore.
And you saw what's that? Look Out? What was it called? Look Up? What was it called?
I've
Nope.
seen that. Yeah.
Oh,
I know
it's called Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's called, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that joint was hard.
I haven't seen that yet.
I did see them. I think, was he the one that did them, or is that someone else? I know he
think
did
that was him.
Us. But it's a series called Them, I think, on Hulu.
Prime.
On Prime. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was pretty good.
Yeah, them was actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Both
Them-
seasons. I watched both seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you gonna do? What you gonna
You
do?
know, Jordan Peele, Key and Peele was who basically replaced Dave Chappelle when he turned down the 50 million. So that was a part of the reason why I wasn't really rocking with them like that, because, and nothing against, LGBT or anything like that, but one of the first things that they did when they got the show was dress up as women and wear the dress. And we all know that in Hollywood, that is a ritual for Black men and white men and whatever, but like it's one of the biggest rituals that they put towards comedians and, rappers or whatever when they want to elevate to the next level.
Humiliation.
That's what, I don't rock
Yeah,
with them.
you don't outlive it either. You
Yeah.
don't outlive it. Like I gave an example. Because they're like, yo, Knowledge, why do you be, going all deep on these movies and these television shows? I said because in your psyche they live there forever.
Mm-hmm.
They live there forever. So if I saw Tashina Arnold, I'm gonna call her Tashina Arnold. But a thousand other black people that's with me is gonna call her Pam, and she was
Right.
Pam 30 years ago.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Cole was Cole 30 years ago. Gina was Gina 30 years ago. They got names, they got families, their wives and husbands, they have children. It lives in you. So if they showed you as some kind of clown or buffoon or whatever it was, that's who
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be forever. That's who you're gonna be forever. Because it's etched into your mind. Your mind makes it real. Like when they was talking about the Matrix. Your mind makes it real. But if you've seen Charlie Sheen, he's Charlie Sheen. He's not the guy from the television show or any of those other things. He's Charlie Sheen, right?
Right.
Jim Carrey's Jim Carrey. You see what I'm saying? You might associate him with a character, but they're allowed to live outside of those characters. Michael Rainey Jr. is Michael Rainey Jr., but everybody calls him Tariq. He's Tariq. You see what I'm saying? He was a kid. He was a kid. They were walking up to him on the street saying, I hope you die. You let your sister die, you punk, blah, blah. Like these were grown people, right? So certain things stay etched in your mind and it lives with you, right? It lives with you. The guy who played Cuddy and all those, characters back in the day, he played Pinky on Friday. He said he had to get another character because he got tired of people calling him Chauncey. You see what I'm saying? He's like, nah, I got to do some other kind of work because these kind of things stay etched in your mind, and that's what it is. And you don't get a chance to see anything other than that. So again, the programming is working on the loop. So it's dissociative from who the person actually is versus who they're portrayed to be. So it's just real interesting how that stuff lives. And you go back to Flip Wilson and them, they had them in dresses, and
Yeah.
Robin Harris, one of my favorite comedians of all time, they had them in dress. So these are things that they do and they keep you in it.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's Eddie Murphy, whether it's Jamie Foxx or whoever, you see what I'm saying? Wesley
Mm-hmm.
Snipes, any of those people, like, even as of recently with the whole situation with Gladiator 2 and Denzel. You see what I'm saying? Like there's always some instance where which there's something that's counterintuitive to what you're doing. Like Angela Bassett's on that TV show, Rescue 911, the husband that she had, they had him in one of those roles, and then they have him on the show. He left her for a dude, and she's, married, messing around with this other white dude who's a member of that community in real life. See what I'm saying? So he's playing straight the same way. Like, you see what I'm saying? So these things are just like inundating and bombarding you, and they stay with you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And that's another reason why I rock with Cat Williams and Eddie Griffin and Bernie Mac and certain people that just stayed 10 toes and just told people like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't care how much money you pay me, whatever the case may be. It's just not happening, so yeah. But Get Out was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I think it was see for me, like the transplants that come in and start assuming roles. They start snatching up roles. They couldn't find no guy from Brooklyn to change his life, financially.
Right.
They have a problem with Lakeith Stanfield playing this other guy, right? So I had an issue with this same guy playing Fred Hampton Sr. in the movie. Like they couldn't get a little kid from Chicago, 21-year-old kid from Chicago, and change his life. Not somebody who had to morph and try to act like something or somebody. Yeah,
Right.
but they have a problem with Lakeith Stanfield playing the guy who was the Judas, right? So the same thing with the Harriet Tubman film. I had an issue with that. Like you couldn't find nobody in America They have a show called All American, right? They had this guy who never played football in his life. He doesn't know what football is. He's from the UK. They don't play football. They play soccer. That's
Right.
what they call football. So he's there in LA. You couldn't find nobody in LA. Nobody. Like, it was just an issue. And if the roles were reversed and they were up in arms at it, I would understand. You see what I'm saying? So there's a couple of people who play there are Black American actors and actresses that play African roles. And if they was up in arms, I would be right with them. So we just
Yeah.
have to understand that, like, dynamic, because cultural competencies, there are things that are there that you can't do. You see what I'm saying? There are nuances that you're going to miss.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. I think it's funny that you said that too, because even down to the Harriet film, the one that led in that movie is the same one that led in Wicked. And
right.
I didn't even realize she was an actor until Wicked. Someone was like, yo, she was in the Harriet film. I didn't watch it, but
You know what I mean?
yeah, it's stuff like that that's like, where did she even come from? Like, what did she
Yes.
do behind
Yes.
the scenes?
Just pop up. And what's her attitudes towards us? Like, these things are very glaring and very apparent. Like, the guy that they got to play Fred Hampton, he heard 2 speeches from him. He didn't know anything about him.
Wow.
So I was like, man, come on. Like, get up out of here, man. Like these roles, these people, these real life people were too important. And their legacy was too important to just have, somebody just pop in. So they're like, well, he did a good job. I'm like, I would much rather had seen Lakeith Stanfield do that.
Right.
And him play the Judas.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Because that way to get in the character, not saying that Lakeith didn't do a good job as the other guy. He literally, it was spooky at some times looking. You see what I'm saying? I was like, ooh. And he said he had a psychological issue because he loved Fred Hampton Sr. and he actually hated the guy that he played.
Wow.
So think about the difference between you just playing a character that it doesn't really mean anything to you, but then you see how important it is to everybody else. Instead of just saying like, yo, we could switch. I could be this guy versus this guy actually knows about, loves, knows the history, knows the family, blah, blah, excited to be in the film, only to play the portrayer of this guy. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But it was interesting. He said he had to go, get some counseling after the film because it was a rough type of situation to be able to embody a role of someone who was responsible for one of your heroes being slain.
Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, they could have got one of his grandsons or somebody, or a nephew or somebody.
Right.
That's crazy.
Anybody. Like, but you know how the game goes.
Yeah, for sure.
That could be another tactic to drive a wedge. But I'm not falling asleep by it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at it as
it's almost like what they did with Black Panther, just like completely discrediting the actual Black Panther Party and watering down, the history. So yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. 0 for 2 in that department.
0 for 2.
Right in front of the world.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, AD, you ready for music?
Yeah, y'all ready to get in this?
Yeah, let's get into the music.
AD
My phone finna die in a little bit.
Man.
I'm letting y'all go in. Let's go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Thorn Promotions. You send in your music, we play it live on the show for Killah Priest and the world to hear.
Yeah. And just so y'all know, all because KP ain't here doesn't mean he's not listening, because he's listening. Maybe not right now, but he'll listen later. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Our first submission is from an artist named Ruben Short and Nora Muldowney from Limerick City, Ireland. And the song title is Who Knew? Yeah. Hold on a second. Okay.
This is the last time I'll ever be here. Trap tapping into the venue, me and you, Venus voodoo. Who knew crazed few? Repellent space spells made inmates rattle bars. Savage spar smell freedom once music revealed. Sound spec, sound stretched out, controlling the object. Mind energy, pad ears, tweak, sheer speak. Tender measures up the cup, dropping buds. 2 grams, 6, 7 grams, understand, stand. Stable, Stanley, stone passing, blast inside. Taken to the lights, high, so high, sky ascending. Device the trifle ancient, escaping wars amongst control spaces. All formed, pull and torn beauty, Horus applause. Curse watch, patience, prize patient times. Exit alias, Amazon, reptilian cold, Fred spawn, creep drawn. Zip gone, face it, crowds waiting to see the suit salute. Root bark, 2 heart, loop arc. Remy, height heavy to light medley. Surprise, rise and fold the breath gold. Slow, remarkable, shake, roll, be cautious always. Cross chest, reloading target. Test express, sent bits, crescent moon, movies, Python. Language last parcel, pound for pound, towns failing to follow true. Ignorant voodoo, who knew? Never again failing the cruise system, start again.
Ruben Short and Nora Muldowney, who knew? That was cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see Ireland doing their style like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Psychedelic background. It's interesting. It's unique. I liked his lyrics because abstract, you know, kind of artistic, lyrically artistic. Shout out to them. That's cool. What y'all think?
Yeah, I agree. The visuals is crazy. I really like the way that he was placing his rhyme schemes. Was really dope. And then, like you said, coming from Ireland, I wasn't really expecting this.
Yeah.
But this is it's good to see that, you know, y'all have some real alternative and experimental stuff out there too.
Hip hop is worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this progression. They submitted it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And now it's going into the visual realm. You know, it was just audio, you know, for the first couple of submissions, and now the progression. We see the Podcraft has become a place that's a launching pad with a continual growth process. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what's next in regards to what they do. I like every time they submit. So
that's what's up. All right, good submission.
Yeah, keep going.
That's right. Next up, we've got Fluid Minds.
The Irish.
That's right. Fluid Minds featuring Knowledge Born 07 from South Bend, Indiana.
Yeah, Knowledge Born.
This song is called When It Goes Down.
Are you feeling
feel alone. Can't get up on my own 2 feet anymore. I'm lost within this zone of negativity. The floor is hard, just like a stone press. Front line of this war, I feel like I'm just a pawn. Used to be king until I lost my queen. Then I lost the bishop too, and night's been giving me bad dreams. Like if I didn't hiccup, maybe I'd see everything that I had within my castle. Riches never made me free. Thank God for my rooks, because they saved my life. And even though they're just kids, they help me realize that I have to push to get back up on my feet. I will never give up, I will never accept defeat.
Don't normally get submissions like that. That's cool. Kind of like a rock genre. Bishop Altuf says Linkin Park-esque. Solar Effects, Rage Against the Machine vibe, acid trap music. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a vibe. I can see that playing in a movie. I can see that on like a early 2000s mix.
Yeah.
You know, like that used to come on MTV, VH1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Now you hit the nail on the head with the movie thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Tracks like that can definitely get placed. It sounds like the beginning credits of some movie.
Mm-hmm. Or even just like a scene that's like dramatic and it's like rain and you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that was sick.
What'd you think, Knowledge?
Nero, imagine if this joint was playing with the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, okay. With like the entrance.
Yeah,
type
like
of
the
thing.
whole, or
And
you
the
know, the whole
slow-mo.
scene with the hospital, all that, like
Oh, wow.
everything, because it was like heavy. It was heavy for your mental, you know. Like this was the Queen of Hearts, so
No pun
it had
intended.
everything to do. You know, a priest verse wouldn't have been bad. I'm just saying. So it's like it's one of those things to where, okay, this artist is thinking outside of their comfort zone. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you might traditionally, if you're acculturated in the boom bap space, you don't go outside of that realm. You see what I'm saying? And if you're heavy in that and you go outside of it, you might get ostracized for it. So it's very interesting of the level of fluidity. So I think they were called fluid minds, right? Fluid minds. I think it was something in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That level of water. We talking about, I talking about water and the molecules. You see what I'm saying? And how you able to program the water in that same space. So that fluidity of going outside of the realm of just mundane and showing the range. So now the placements, everybody has different ears. So for those who were attracted to the drums, they heard the drums, the guitar, so the singing, and then you hear the hip hop. You're like, oh man,
Yeah,
you understand? You're like, all right, yo. So the courageousness to break outside of the boxes and the confines and then create something cohesive from a sound perspective where you unite all of the sounds of the fans. You see what I'm saying? And give that. I think that was tremendous, man. So salute to Knowledge 107 and, you know, the crew. Please submit more like that. Definitely.
Yeah. We like that.
All right. Let's go. Next up, we've got Aurora Borealis from the Holy City of New York with a song called Ukraine Anthem, Free Beat, produced by Beat Archaeologist. That's cool. Ukraine anthem. Wartime. All right. It'd be interesting to hear a
Okay.
Ukraine rapper on that.
Mm,
But it's interesting how you can hear a beat and know that it's not from this area.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's interesting how
Mhm.
you can hear a beat and notice already, like, okay, this sounds like it was made, overseas.
Mm. Yeah, for sure. And you said he was from New York?
No, so this is Aurora Borealis sometimes will submit tracks made by other people
Okay.
just because he just wants to show homage to them, and
Yeah.
which is nice of
Okay.
him. He likes it's that's like DJ status right there. But
Yeah.
but he gave them a shout out, produced by Beat Archaeologist.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed the flute that they had. I think yeah. I enjoyed the different instrumentation that they used. Originally when it first started, I wasn't sure where it was going, but as I let things, kind of unfold, it was dope.
Yeah. What do you think, Knowledge?
If he dies, he dies. That's all I was waiting for. I was just waiting for, if he dies, he dies. You will lose. I must predict you. You know what I'm saying? The Russian did that. That's it. That's all I was wishing for. Because it's there. It had that Red Dawn feel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm an old cat sometimes. So that Cold War. It was a Cold War.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's something I
So,
can even see Priest on.
yeah, pretty epic.
Flipping some words, yeah.
Flipping some words and doing some accents. Priest,
Mhm.
when he get into character mode, he becomes everybody. So
Yeah. No,
he'd be
facts.
like Nikolai Priest. You know what I'm saying? Like Priest Wick or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
Priest
he
Wick.
get that zone, like he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's real.
Nestorovia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was cool. Shout out to Aurora. So that completes today's song promotion segment. That's all we got for today.
Okay.
Thanks to everybody who submitted. You can submit for next show. I'm actually, I got to visit my folks next week because I'm celebrating their anniversary. And my mom's birthday is on December 19th. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we're not going to be here next on the 8th, but maybe Priest will do a wind down segment with Knowledge Born on the
Okay.
Zoom. That's next Sunday. But we'll be right here for sure next Monday for the next song promotion segment. So if y'all want to submit tracks for the next Monday, and Priest will be here, I will be here. Because lately on Sundays, we've been having Priest on Zoom.
Mm.
So that's kind of like the one day I could take off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So,
and happy
that would be
birthday to AD's mother.
hey, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary too, also.
Right.
Happy anniversary.
I visit my folks once a month, so we try to like gather all our celebrations into one day.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll see them at the end of this month also for Christmas and New Year's and all that. But yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, the 17th, 18th is a crazy hip hop day. Between those times, Rod Digger, General Steel, DMX, it'll
Wow.
be a good time. You see what I'm saying in regards to looking at hip hop legacy from the Sagittarius aspect.
Yeah.
Wednesday is Jay-Z, Master Ace, so many people. It's like within this next couple of weeks through Sagittarius going into Capricorn, there's so many iconic hip hop spaces. Cannabis is on the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we just start looking like it's a real epic time.
You got Jamie Foxx on the 13th.
Wow.
On the Sagittarius. The Sagittarius are,
Yeah. I know Nicki Minaj. Me and her share the same birthday too.
Oh, right, nice.
Oh,
yeah. So it's a
And
lot.
yours is the 8th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
It's
We
a
have to
lot
come
of
through
birthdays.
celebrate.
Yeah, let's do it for sure. Definitely. I'll be around. I'm supposed to be going to Amsterdam at the end of the month. to celebrate like my actual birthday. But this weekend, you know, I'm gonna do the whole turn up thing and all that. You know, nothing too crazy.
Was one of the greatest places I ever been in life.
Everybody keep telling me that.
I went to Amsterdam about 13 times, and I was in the Netherlands maybe about 4 or 5 different times. But Amsterdam in particular, you know, they got Rotterdam, they got other places in the Netherlands as a whole. You know, Amsterdam
Right.
gets all of the credit and all of the attention, but the Netherlands as a whole, you know, the Netherlands, Denmark, and some other places overseas, you know, phenomenal spots. Man, that was a real chill
Okay.
spot. I was a kid, and I remember, you know, Pulp Fiction. They was talking about Amsterdam, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there was a guy that was a friend of the family. He talked about, you know, how clean the streets were, and you know, if you laid out on the ground and you had your money out of your pocket, you like your money was safe. You know, the doors was not locked. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm in Newark, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, going overseas and seeing that kind of serene space in regards to that environment, it's a, you know, for me, for the times I went, it was a very peaceful place. It was something to be desired around the world in regards to that. You know, so just that place was something that was, you know, pretty different. It was a lot different than Germany. Like, so, you know, you were in the Netherlands or you in Denmark, it's different. You know, your guard is down. You get back on that train or drive or fly or whatever, you know you back in Germany. You're like, oh shit, guard your grill, nothing up. You understand? So it's a different vibratory space.
You gotta send me some of your favorite spots that you went to out there.
And anywhere you go is gonna be a vibe. So it don't matter.
I appreciate that, family. See?
Yeah, you got that energy. Fourth dimension. You see what I'm saying? Fourth dimension.
Facts.
Yes, sir. All right.
I'm gonna stop yapping, AD. My bad.
No, you're good, man. Do your thing. You're doing great. So we about ready to shut it down in case y'all have any others announcements. Y'all have what, the Wednesday wind down?
Yes. The special guests are coming through the wind down. Surprise guest to surprise Killah Priest. Neru, if you're available, I hope you could come through.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll slide. Or
to hear
either
your
then or on my
thoughts.
birthday, I'll, you know, show face.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Wanna get your take on that series, Alice in Borderland. Especially since the villain aspect is the undertone. So it's the villain's requiem. So bring your heroes, aka your zeros, but we turning up for the villains.
Thanks. Nah, that sounds good. Now I gotta do my homework, rewatch it a few times, take some notes, come prepared, you know.
Nice.
What makes a hero versus what makes a villain?
That's good.
The dominant society decides who's the hero and who's the villain. Everybody else is just subject.
FG is asking who's on your shirt.
This is Kwame. This is Kwame Nkrumah, the ex-president of Ghana.
Okay. That's what's up. Shout out to everybody that's been in the chat. Shout out to Minty Hotep, Aurora Two Eyes, Rakib, The Crossing. We appreciate y'all.
FG said
yes.
Nice. You good? We're starting to get some buffering issues. That retrograde's hitting us now.
My son works.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you guys next time. We're all set. Y'all have a great evening. And we out.
Hey. Dope. Peace to the Podcraft. I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Stay safe, family.
All right, Knowledge Born. Hey.
lies that was told to me. What about the history they stole from me? Land, artifacts, jewelry. This flashy shit ain't new to me. Doing bad shit, but still a revolutionary. Broke boys, lactose like you can't eat dairy. Take your shoes off in the sanctuary. Who you priestess? Want the most this, but do the least this. Being a role model for my nieces. Configuring verses like thesis. Ghetto preachers, hood genius. This for my poor righteous teachers. Been here before the pilgrimage. It's all in your lineage.
Yo, I'm not a poor righteous teacher. I'm rich and righteous, bringing that light to where the ice is. Plus on the mic, black's the nicest. I'm not divisive. I bring the truth. Your brain grows trying to fight it. That's how I raise you up without devices. This lesson's guided by God and the goddess Isis. To get ahead, you must pay the price, make sacrifices. Study the night shift, master both sides like I did. That's how you get invited. Priest is the pilot. Black.
I'm flipping that hourglass, but won't let an hour pass. Give me a pen, I devour pads. These lines infinite. Keep chasing bags, but me and mine will be chasing facts. Money distracts, it corrupts the mind instant. Cause and effect, laws always draw and reflect. The sacred gaze we respect, convey the ways we connect. Only third eye material mind set aside, and we combine like atoms to take the shape of the divine forever.
Soy muy elegante, como gas no metimos en el cuarto, soy el elefante. Relajandome, coin me sombre, preparado para el combate. Estrella holiday, Jesus, lead us, feed us, teach us, tamare, mira. En el cielo, the super auto, those who navigate knows the sea fellow. When I glow, make the whole street yellow. They scared now, red crown, walk around the illo. With him that they sick in his lies, it's falsetto, surprise, the falsetto. Like flower in the eye, we reside from the pedals. Since a baby, I was flying, get a side, get Moretto, getting high, in the metal. Wish a nigga would like a ride with your pedal, we could lie to the giant third eye with a pebble.
I don't really care how they feel. I'm opening portals and seals. I'm fully protected. I walk with the armor of God as my spiritual shield. The goddess agenda, the hardest defender. They know that I'm nothing to play with. The lyrical trouble they never expected, cause Phoenix's bars never wasted. Aura gleaming like an amethyst. She's sitting pretty, she's getting rich. Y'all punch lines never better than mine. Y'all borderline, you hit or miss. They basic and mentally simple. The reason they never could enter my temple. I step to the plate, rappers get ate, just like the infinity symbol.
Ayo, sick, subliminal criminal with a mystical digital conjunction. Junction, what's your weapon of mass destruction? We pass class instruction and surpass construction of unidentified flying rockets, stopping an alien abduction. Stuck in a moment of rhyme, composed flows in a row of 4 lines from a mind that stays high with no AI design. Obey thy divine majesty, nastily I devise a bold strategy and take over the whole galaxy.
The master swordsman. From the liquid chambers of just a pyramid, I did a bid and still came out the king kid. Never doubt the savior's behavior. Men kept is a razor. The earth dominator, womb penetrator, nothing greater. I circle the globe in moon craters. Hat low, looking for tomb raiders. Reincarnate Darth Vader. Shit is major. Men kept nothing greater. See you later.
Caution, house of 100 corpses, fill the unwanted forces. I kneel before the crumbling crosses. Pineal, the son of Horus. 9 wheels to spun through orbits. Rhyme skills, my tongue is torment. Royal priesthood, we all are goats. Call us a herd. You heard, we eat herbs. We soundproof. Ground troops, crown truth. Get a curse, so do not disturb. Big birds, men with stones, chucking spears. Cut they beards, justice near. The royal priesthood is here.